Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. I'm in Hawaii enjoying my time off, as you know. I'm trying to bring you some moments from the show that you may have missed if you're new to us on YouTube. And if you're old and you've seen these shows, they're some of my favorite moments of the year before Steel Toe. So basically 2022. These are some of my favorite moments that I'm bringing you. And today is kind of a continuation of where we were Tuesday with the destruction of Vegas comedians, the introduction to Kitty Pineapple, and then the blackmailing and the delusion thereafter. This kind of attaches to that. This is a 4-hour show that I'm going to show you today called Headliners and Hoodwinks. I think this was show 1453 from December 2022. So a little over a year old. And this is kind of a breakdown I'm having. This is kind of a psychosis I'm going through. This is kind of an awakening or just breaking down. I'm not sure, but it's kind of just where my head is at when it comes to stand-up comedy. Particularly Vegas stand-up comedy, the scene here. But moreover, the entire whole, all of it. It just, and how I've watched it morph from before me to while I was coming up to what it is now, and how entitled and delusional everyone is about their own talent levels. And, you know, how could it be any other way? We're like that with everything now. You're not allowed to tell anybody they're not what they think they are. You're a headlining comedian. Okay, Summer Sinclair. Okay. So I think I took it particularly hard on Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club here in Vegas, which is an absolute fucking dog pile with how it's run. And Adam Dominguez, who's a local comic here. Funny guy on the come up, but you know, these guys think they're God. They think they're headlining geniuses who have done everything there is to do, and they're killing it and crushing it, and you can't teach them anything. And I just kind of had a breakdown. I mean, this is one of the shows, I think, this is one of the moments that made me realize I kind of don't want to do it anymore. At least for the time. You know, I think you can get burnt out on things. It's not to say you'll never go back and do them again, but things change, Mox, you know? So I hope you enjoy it. It's this will be about a 4-hour one, and I'll fill up our time. And then tomorrow, I got some more great stuff for you. And there may even be a bonus. There may even be a bonus if there's time. Patrick, a bonus while you're on vacation? Shh, you deserve it. You deserve it. We'll see you soon. I hope you enjoy this one. Boy, I'm really going through it. I should have pissed. Can we just stop it and start? Hi, everybody. Welcome. Sunday night, Sunday fun day. Not to be confused with the Sunday fun day, the open mic. Not to be confused with Sunday Fun Day, the other open mic. I don't genuinely think before I talk. And so I've compiled quite a bit of alcohol here this evening and used it to lube my senses because I feel like I am inclined to be nice, and alcohol will fix that. And I don't even know how to get into what I want to get into tonight. But I was talking to some comics that used to live here. Back in the old days, just for people who think I'm a nut, a nobody. I've been headlining in Vegas, doing shows. Well, I guess I did it for 10 years. I haven't in the last 5. I think 2007 was my first headlining show here. 8, maybe 8. It's fuzzy. Either way, I'm not a noob. And, I rarely toot my own dick, but I'm also very, very funny. I don't think I'm near the best. I don't think I'm sharp. I gotta be really... The thing about being a comedian and saying everything I want to say tonight is all of it can just be written off as bitter jealousy. I want you to know this before we start, and this is going to sound like a giant brag. Maybe Butch Bradley. Aside from that, there isn't a comedian. And this goes without saying, all the giant comedians that live here, from Penn Jillette to Brian Regan. These people don't count. They're not in our stratosphere. I'm not talking about Carrot Top. Although maybe Carrot Top. I want to be very clear. I could never step on another stage again, and I've reached heights that you all will never reach. I've done shit you'll never do. So let it be known, I've done more shows than you, in more locations than you, and made more money than you, and been on bigger stages for bigger crowds and in insane places than you. It doesn't mean shit. Now, that's out of the way, as if some dick measuring contest matters, let this be said. What you've done... Who you've opened for, who you've been with, what stages you work on in town, aside from a rare few, mean nothing to me. So I just want you to know, the reason I'm able to talk the way I talk and give you my unfiltered, honest opinion on everything, and it is, by the way, I know you all think I'm a hater. There are so much to love about comedy. And I go through really dark periods of jaded time where I don't like anything. And then I like, and who gives a fuck? It's what I like. That's completely subjective. But I don't sugarcoat it. I mean, I do sugarcoat it. I'm not a complete dick. Yeah, opening for Dan Ninen is really a crowning achievement. Yeah. I've never worked with Dan Ninen. I have an interview with him that is a 3-hour rabbit hole you should all go down. And if you haven't watched my interview with Dan Ninen, or you find yourself tonight going, who's Dan Ninen? You're welcome. Just a quick YouTube search and you'll be on your way. So I'd like to try to make this really balanced and fair tonight. But I'd be dishonest if I said that today, of all days, by the way, today is my engage-iversary. I got engaged a year ago today. So, this should be a day filled with love and caring. If I gave a fuck about that bitch of a whore fiance of mine. But she's at Rick's for the weekend. We swap her on and off every other. I think she's cheating on me with Young Gravy, if I could be honest. Salute, everybody. Drink up. Let's try to get through this. Balanced and fair, like Fox News. Yeah, didn't that used to be their slogan? Fair and balanced. Oh, my God. I love people who make Fox News jokes as if CNN's great. It's like they're all shit. And by the way, there's 27 of you watching. I know the more names I mention, the drunker I get, the looser my lips, the sinker I ships. More and more and more of you will come along and watch. So all I ask is thumbs down it, thumbs up it. Love me, I'm a puppet. Whee! Yeah. Can you swap your fiance with me as well? I'm lonely. Don't you have a beautiful wife and a baby? Edinburgh Mikey is here. For fuck's sake, we're live. I've been rewatching Game of Thrones, by the way. I've never been more disgusted by Scottish people. Pronounce your words. Earl Skakel needs to blow it out. Shocker. When are you going to do the spotlight? We do have a spotlight to go over tonight. And we will talk about Lex Las Vegas. Dan Ninen is a deep cut. I got to give you this. We are 8 minutes into the show. I'm hammered. I feel like Adam Dominguez. Boom, got him. Confirmed. So last night I did, let me just tell you this. I was in bed at 10. I was like, fuck that. I'm not leaving the house. I'm 43 now. I'm old, So by the way, this is the other thing too. Like, I know it's very popular for children not to listen to adults. If you're in your 20s doing comedy, trust me, as someone who's done comedy for 20 years this year, and 12 full-time, not had a day job in 12 years and toured the country, 5 continents deep. I'll let you know, go back to your day job. Okay, so how big are your fiance's bombers? I mean, if I go down and get a tank of helium and blow those bazongas up, babongas. Okay. So I decided to get out of bed. It's very rude. Adam Dominguez hooked me up with a ticket to go see his show late night at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Camels. Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club down on the Link Promenade, right off the strip, right in the dip, underneath the glowing bulbous jewels that circulate the Link high roller. So I decided, it'd be very rude for him to go out of his way and get me a ticket to this event and not come. Also, I don't know how Adam feels about me. I'm pretty sure it's very sexual, but I consider him a friend. Look, he's done my podcast before. I find Adam off the cuff. I was thinking about this the other day, so I was mentioning I would love to have a comedy podcast co-host, but I was thinking about the best people I've had on the show since I was in Vegas, and Adam's definitely one of those people. I think he's very quick and very funny. And then the pandemic hit. I was working internationally, and we never had him back on. And then in the middle of the controversy with Ty, Adam didn't want to take sides and come in and talk shit about Ty with his friend George. Now, we all know how that played out. I, of course, was right, as I am about everything. Learn to live with that. I'm a comedy clairvoyant? I told you. Clairvoyant. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I would love for you. I don't have the ego that the normal comic has. I don't know what it is. I think I'm a psychopath. I know where I fall on the scale. I'm very funny. And it doesn't bug me when other people are very funny. And the more very funny people, the awesomer life. You know what I mean? Like, let's get around some funny people. Earl Skakel never stops talking about his cock. It's a little one note for me. But that's Earl Skakel. And I don't have anybody else who does that. He sent me nudes, And normally I'd block a man who does that, but there's something about him where him and Luis J. Gomez, they get away with it. So, if people are funny, I told you the time I went to Wise Guys, and, of course I was watching for Ty to Bomb, and he did great. He stayed on script. He did his jokes. He was professional. It's fucking awesome. I have no reason to fucking lie. I think Brad Garrett's is a great club. I think their social media clips look a little dicey. Sorry, is that a Schwab? And I've only worked for them a handful of times, ever. And I haven't worked for them in a year now. And, that's they don't have to work me. That's their prerogative. That is still an A-tier club as far as I'm concerned in this town. Rarely will they have someone headlining there that isn't a known name. Now, occasionally Trix will headline, somebody like that. And I'm not saying Trix shouldn't headline, but he's what I would call a B-tier headliner. A guy who can headline, but nobody knows and nobody's really coming out for. And that's not to say he doesn't have fans. I don't want any of this to be twisted because everything gets twisted. I think these guys are funny and some of the funniest guys in town. So that's where these are the me's and the Big Irish J's and the, you know what I mean? The only difference between me and Big Irish J is I'm original and I don't work as much, nearly as much. That's just for Jay. Jay check. You shouldn't do that to a $500 mic. So there are people that can headline in this town, but no one's coming out for them. By the way, on par with it, and this isn't a slam to Jay. Jay's fucking hilarious. This is a joke. But Jay should be headlining clubs around the country and is. Trix should be headlining clubs around the country and is. But I put those guys, and this is going to sound crazy to people who know the name more, bigger. He's a bigger name. But somebody like Darren Carter, okay? I'll never forget. I learned this lesson early on when I became the house MC of the Tampa Improv in the early 2000s, late and mid 2000s. These guys come to town and no one knows who they are. Like, no one knows who Darren Carter is. He's not, people come out the same way Big Irish J or me. They're like, oh, man, yeah, we were here last time you were here. We came out again. We saw you on the calendar. These are like comedy fans who come out to clubs. So don't get me wrong. You are building up fans and a following. It doesn't amount to anything. But Earl Skakel, Darren Carter, when I go to any town, will I have some people come out from the podcast and people came out from last time? Sure. I imagine when Adam Dominguez or Kool-Aid go back to San Antonio, they get hometown fans. And by the way, Adam Dominguez is such a little sycophant, You are a great networker, man. You do great. And by the way, you can back it up. So this isn't, Adam Dominguez, and this isn't offensive. Like, I don't think Adam Dominguez should be headlining yet. Vegas is such a weird animal that, like, let me just explain to you. Like, we have in this town Casper, Angie Crum, Trix, Diaz, Big Irish J, Brett Ernst, Butch, Gooch, Jocelyn Sharp, Ty Rivera, Trez Mala, Lex Las Vegas, Kool-Aid, Adam Nix. All these people think they're headliners. It's insane. It's insane. Like, that's what this city does to people. That's what dishonest bookers do to people. Skippy Sprinkles has a banner up saying the best, not just headliners, the best headliners in the state. And he's putting up Summer Sinclair, Caitlin Daisy J and him and Lex Las Vegas. It's like these guys aren't headliners. And no offense, I don't know if I'd let any of them host a comedy club I owned. Las Vegas, you have lost your fucking standards for comedy. Number one person at fault for this, number one entity at fault for this, LA Comedy Club. I'm sorry, it needs to be said. Brett Ernst is slumming it. Butch is a B headliner. Sorry. There's nothing funnier about Butch than Big Irish J or Tricks or me. There isn't. And this is personal egos aside. Tricks can run around thinking he's funnier than me. Big Irish J can run around thinking he's funnier than me. And I can run around thinking I'm funnier than them. That's aside. I'm talking general categories. This is being 100%. And by the way, Ty Rivera falls into this. Ty Rivera is a very capable comic. We give a lot of shit. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. I think there's a bell curve, and he slipped. He's really slipping. And by the way, I think Adam Dominguez as well. This is a warning shot. I see a bad trend, Adam. We'll get to you. But there are guys here who are trying, and there are guys here who are not trying. There are guys here who are posers. There are guys here who are never will be's. And they all think they're headliners. There's nothing funnier about Butch Bradley than Big Irish J. There's nothing funnier about Butch Bradley than Tricks or me or Brett Ernst or, as far as I know, Edwin San Juan or Carrot Top. Now, Carrot Top is a fucking superstar. So this is an A-level, high tier. Carrot Top is on par with any big name comic who comes through here, from Tosh to Penn and Teller to Bill Maher, that level. I mean, I think Carrot Top was like the best show in, not comedian, show in Vegas for like over a decade. It's fucking insane. And everybody does this thing where they're like, Carrot Top blows, Carrot Top sucks. I'll never forget this. Big Irish Chase sent me a thing like, we went and saw Carrot Top tonight, and I think my text back to him was like, I bet it's really funny. It may not be your thing, but I bet it's really funny. Carrot Top's like, Big Irish J was like, it's fucking awful. Now, I feel like I would have been that way 10 years ago. I would have said the same thing. And I did. I said the same thing about Dane Cook and Lisa Lampanelli. It's popular. These comics I didn't like. And it was like, they're like stars. You can't argue. Like, you just can't argue with it. It's like Kitty Pineapple's social media numbers. You can't argue with it. I can't deny Lisa Lampanelli's funny. And by the way, she's grown on me. She's not my favorite, but I think she is funny. Dane Cook, as soon as I moved to LA in 2010, I started seeing Dane Cook do sets at the Improv. And he was doing like darker, more personal shit. And I really was like, okay, there is an artist underneath this. We all thought, it's this mass marketed clown. Jay Hollingsworth says we were high and he wasn't in his usual room. He spit a loogie on the stage. Look, he may have peaked and be awful now. I remember chatting with him a bit back in the day. Before it might have been still the San Remo. No, because it was Hooters. When everybody used to go on Friday night to the little meetup down there at the Hooters out on the patio where we got the wings and all the comics hung out. And he used to go. The Amazing Jonathan used to come out and hang out down there. This is like, 2009 to 12, 13. And those guys were so down to earth and human. And Mike says we went to see Penn and Teller and it sucked. Yeah, last time I saw Penn and Teller, what was that, 2017, 2018? We had a NLO Super Bowl meetup, and we all went and saw Penn and Teller, and it's fucking awful. Oh, yeah, because the shooting had just happened in Vegas. The country concert shooting, October 1st, 2017, had just happened. So the following Super Bowl, 2018, we went and saw Penn and Teller, and they had taken out the bullet catch. I guess, because, it's tone deaf to like shoot each other in the mouth with bullets after a mass shooting. I don't know. Anyway, that was a great trick, and their show was soft as fuck and really bad. And I've seen Penn and Teller 6 times, and it's been so fucking good. And then I take these people, and it was just a fucking awful show. That was horrible. Yeah, Josh was there. Loved Amazing Jonathan's show. Yeah, and by the way, if you haven't watched that documentary, it's on Hulu, I think. Also, it was right after the pandemic. Yeah, look, it's whatever. And look, I'm not even saying if I wouldn't go, there wouldn't be some moments I was like, ugh. I think the overall point I'm trying to make before I get into the story of last night is there's something about Las Vegas comedy. I have a unique perspective as a person who's come up in Florida, lived for 5 years in LA, lived for 3 years in New York City. It's funny to me because I consider Trix like a really good, great headlining experience comic. I first met him. We were both, I think I was headlining LA Comedy Club. He was headlining Las Vegas Live in 2013. That's when I met Trix. And he was so nice, and I thought he was so funny. And, I see him tonight posting that he just did his first shows ever at Caroline's and Gotham in the Cellar. And it's just like, oh yeah, I forget. Like, I've done a lot of shit like that these guys haven't done yet. And whether that's just because I live there or it's like, but I can't, again, it's like Kitty Pine can shit all over me and think she's hot shit because she sold out her hometown. It's like, again, I promise you this, none of this is from jealousy. None of it. I genuinely, all of this that I'm saying tonight is, I have a very old school, maybe Big Irish Jay will get this because he's 68 years old. I have a very old school vision, perspective, and respect for comedy. I have a serious respect for developing material. If I tend to write mostly on stage, I don't go on stage without beats. I don't go on stage without a plan. I don't go on stage without something fleshed out in my head. A lot of these comics say they write on stage. They completely fucking wing it. Alex Ansel squeezed, died too young. It didn't. You weren't ready. Be honest. You weren't ready for a headlining show on the Las Vegas Strip. Come meet me on Earth, Alex. How is gravity not affecting you? We've got to be honest here. We've got to be honest here. And by the way, I'm your friend. I came to support it. I saw you do 45 minutes last year. It was fantastic. You had the crowd the whole time. I'm not going to lie about that. That's why I would say you should be headlining some clubs. I'm not going to lie about that. You should be you did so well last year. I'm not going to hand you something, dog. In 2017, you shouldn't have been headlining a show on the Las Vegas Strip. You were out your goddamn mind. Louis Anderson didn't have a show on the Strip. He goes, no shit. Kidding. Yeah, I know. You're not delusional. And by the way, Alex works on jokes. I notice this shit when I see people. I notice shit. You know, he creates content. He's constantly developing stuff. Same way for Adam. Not as tight, but Adam's always got some story he's working on, some material he's developing. He's not afraid to put himself out there and try shit. It doesn't always work, but that's the mark of a great comic as well. I shouldn't get everything Adam does. I'm not Adam. There's plenty of shit I do that nobody gets. That's okay. Your average should be high. Most comics think they should be headlining the cards. You'd shit yourself. You'd shit yourself. I watched 5 comics last night that think their headliners be nervous as fuck on stage. And that was a show that meant nothing to nobody. It's not true. Adam didn't. We'll get into last night. I just kind of want to set the stage here, man. The tears in Vegas are gone. We tell Summer Sinclair she's a headliner. We tell Angie Crum she's a headliner. I don't know, man. And by the way, there are very funny local comics. Jimmy McMurrin's a very funny local comic. Crushes it around town. He opened for me in Oklahoma. It was a little rough. There was a lot of pouting after shows for the first couple nights. But you get comfortable doing these Vegas shows. Now, I know you think you're a touring comic because you've been to Colorado or St. George, Utah, or you've dipped into California, or you've taken a van full of other fucking open micing dopes down to Arizona. I know you think you're big shit. You're not. The math on some of these shows, too, I'd really love to fucking know. You know, when I see Adam Dominguez doing a one-nighter in the middle of nowhere in California with 9 other comics, by the way, who I'm told on the flyer are amazing. What's the math on this? How does it work? How is it working? By the way, I'd love to know the math on last night. How much is every comic on that show making? Which comics didn't get paid? That's what I'd love to know. Now, maybe you don't want to type it. Maybe, we don't want to give out that kind of information. That's fine. I don't know what to say. There were 5, 6 comics. Let's say your budget was $500. Now, I know how desperate every fucking comic in town is, so it wouldn't shock me if it was 2 or 3. But let's say it's 5. What's great, too, is like that club, Jimmy Kimmel's first of all, this is no lie, and just an aside, I don't know how this is possible or legal. This is a club. You go downstairs. It's a 2,000 square foot bar. Beautiful. And then you go upstairs to the showroom. Again, 2,000 square foot. Seats what? 250 in there? 300 maybe? Packed? There isn't a restroom in the building, in the facility, in the entire parcel. To go to the restroom. By the way, if you're a comic, there's a restroom. If you're an employee, there's a restroom. To go to the restroom as an audience member, you have to go downstairs, through the bar, out the front door, onto the promenade, over to the next door parcel in the strip, and use the restroom. What's happening? What's going on? That's insane. Does Jeremy Kimmel know about this? It's so fucking bad. And by the way, they're like, oh, there's one for comic. It's funny because Jill Kimmel messaged me about this today. I couldn't believe there wasn't a bathroom either. It's like, yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? The fact that there's one for the comics is bananas to me. That's what's the craziest part. Because retrofit that immediately and open it to the crowd. By the way, comics can still use it. Here's a little hint. They're just people. How the fuck is there not a restroom for a venue that seats 300 people and can have another 300 downstairs? What's going on? Like, that's insane. Alex Hansel's like, the restroom situation. Yeah, people can't believe it. I'm not kidding you. Christopher Waldeck says it's worse than the old LA Comedy Club where you had to walk through the hotel to find a restroom. Because it's so common. You know, these casinos are just, it's giant warehouse space. They make it, you get a parcel, you do whatever you want with it, however many square feet. You can build a restroom there. There's clearly plumbing. That's cringe as fuck to me. You used to have to leave LA Comedy Club and walk a half mile in either direction you wanted to find a bathroom. It was nuts. I don't know what it's like over there now. Do they have their own? That'd be great. But this is a common problem for casino establishments. You've been in buffets in casinos. Like sometimes won't have a bathroom. You got to go back out to the casino and find the nearest restroom. It's bananas. But, you know, this is a show venue. It's like, what the fuck? So, okay. Now, Adam Dominguez, if you don't know him, is one of the only comics in town who writes new material, is naturally funny, and is not as good as he thinks he is. There's a little bit over the past couple years a trend of Alex Dominguez to think, I think that he's hotter shit than he is all of a sudden, and you've cut off trying as much. Because I'm an Adam Dominguez fan, and Adam Dominguez is doing things. He works. Again, you fly to El Paso for 3 nights. I don't know how much you're making, but, you know, he's making dozens of dollars and getting paid in a lot of drinks. But I've been through a phase of my career where I just was fucking having fun, and I would lose money or break even to go do comedy, and that's where he's at. I can't judge that phase. You will ruin your credibility and your name if you are not careful. And I know I give you shit about being a glad-handing fuck. I get it. You're great at it. Be nice to everybody. Don't burn bridges. Network all you want. When you post over and over and over, everything you ever do is going to be wild, chaotic, insane. It's going to be fucking turn up. It's like, it's Kitty Pineapple, Johnny Castillo, and you. What's going to be chaotic about it, dog? Now, don't get me wrong. Do well. Have fun. Have a fun night of comedy. Ain't nothing insane or chaotic about it, unless you have those words confused with cringe. Adam Dominguez has an OnlyFans special. OnlyFans is trying some comedy stuff. Go check it out. I haven't seen it yet. Go check it out. He's one of the only comics in town doing things. So believe me, this is a positive Adam Dominguez story. But you're muddying the waters with all your shit. I imagine you're not getting as many hits on that story as you could because it's muddied with all the other garbage you promote. Every little shitty bar show you do around town, you mention 9 times on everything. We get it. You're working around town doing little shit. I'm telling everybody right now, stop it with the chanclas. Stop it with the backstop. We don't need to know. Backstop will promote it. By the way, it's so fucking incestual that you all just keep promoting this stuff to your comic friends. Would you like to be good for strangers? Grow the fuck up. Stop doing it for clout. You know, no one's going to pay attention to you if everything you do is insane and chaotic. This OnlyFans special is something, but it's lost in a cloud of crap because you promote everything equally. It's nonsense. Knock it off. Some shows are just for you to get better, for you to go do. We don't need to hear about it every time you're going to do a set down at Drunken Jokes or Wise Guys Open Mic. It doesn't need a flyer. Patrick, these are booked shows. You don't understand. Okay, I don't know the scene. You get what I'm saying. How do I know what's great that you're doing when your $25 set down at the local shit bar gets the same amount of promotion from you than an OnlyFans thing, which is a great opportunity? Stop muddying the waters of your own fucking brand. Tonight's going to be chaotic. It isn't. To who? Why would it be chaotic? I thought it was a stand-up program. Oh, I was going to have all these special guests come that didn't come. So how do we feel about it now? Are you going to put up another post? It's like, sorry about the show last night. I said it would be chaotic, but my 2 big guests didn't come. Or when you post a thing at a bar saying celebrating a great show at 3 a.m., are we supposed to go, oh, he thought that was a great show. He thought that was chaotic. He thought that hit the bullseye on what he was aiming for. We don't know because it's all horse shit. You know, I don't know what to believe anymore because you're like Biden. You just talk. Undersell, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. When you don't tell anybody it's going to be, when you put up the flyer and say, here's the comics we have on tonight for people I'm trying to get other work out of or who I am drinking buddies with. Why don't you be honest? Because let me just be honest with you. If you had to book a show and you got to pick any 4 people and those are the 4 people you picked, now I didn't see the magician at the end. I heard he did great, but, you know, who knows? Because everybody lies. But I think is he a pro who like has a standing show here in Vegas? Wouldn't shock me that he did great. So I go to Jamie Crammel's Comedy Crammel last night, and spirits are high. There's Johnny Castillo, Kitty Pine, Adam Dominguez, Will. I don't know the guy's. Adam, you can tell me the guy's name. Like a fat black guy he was a World Series of Comedy finalist, allegedly. And it looked like there was going to be 30, 40 people there. It probably got up to 75, 80. Great crowd for a show that started at 11:30, 11:40. They just have a urinal, no toilets. It's a non-defecating club. Imagine a theater in NYC not having a bathroom. He's a headliner from El Paso, I believe. Okay. Do you start to understand the problem now? Because it'd be like if Angie Crum was visiting your town, like she's a headliner from Vegas. It's like she's shit. She's a one-note garbage disposal. Do you understand the problem with these fucking labels? He's a headliner from El Paso. I heard everybody killed it last night. Although I agree with you, a lot of bars, clubs here on the East Coast require bartenders and bottle girls to cross-promote flyers. I wouldn't be surprised if comics has to post some of these ashes. No. They do it as clout. And by the way, I'm not mad at Adam for promoting his show. That was his show. What I'm saying is, if you picked that lineup last night and took it to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, It was disrespectful. And if it was my club, you wouldn't be producing another show there for quite a while. You've all lost respect for the fucking craft. That's what I'm trying to say. Everything's just fucking vanilla now, and you're all fucking okay with it. And by the way, Adam, you did fine last night. You came out, you got it going, you did your shit, and it was all good. Up until the point you told them some of the people coming out might be bad, and if you didn't like them, just don't laugh. That did leave a weird setup note. That was a fucking weird thing to do. And then you told us it was going to get crazy and you were going to see some really weird shit tonight. What? You work a lot. What was so crazy and wild and weird? Nothing. This is I don't know if this is a verbal crutch or what, but knock it off. So I thought Adam did a great job off the top, getting them going, until the remark about some of the people you might not like. It's okay. They'll leave soon. Just don't laugh. What? So normal rules of life. And then Will comes out. I've never seen this guy. I've been told he's one of the best in town. He had a joke that's, been heard at open mics for a decade about how people from New Mexico are called New Mexicans. He had some very funny tags and a spin on it that I hadn't heard, and we're good. And that bit worked. Then he went into a segment. First of all, he opened up making fun of people who give out their Instagram. And then he did that joke. And then he moved into a whole block about how stupid his girlfriend was and how he didn't want to be with her because she's so stupid and annoying. It was a lot of that. And he's been with her 5 years. And it's just hold on. The whole premise of this is that you're with an annoying, stupid girl for 5 years and she's the idiot. It doesn't make, you know what I mean? You just sound like a fucking misogynistic asshole, 100%. And so he started pissing off women in the crowd. I don't know what happened, but they started yelling or talking. He couldn't remember his jokes. He started getting flustered. And then I've never seen lashing out like that. It was insane. Where he was going fuck you. Your vagina probably has 2 rows of teeth, you stupid bitch. Just you stupid bitch. You let her talk like that? Jesus Christ, both her sets of lips must be loose as fuck. Brutal, savage shit. I wish I could remember my jokes, but you stupid whores won't stop talking, dumb sluts. Just very aggressive, uncalled for, kept doubling down on it. It was so weird. And then he revealed that he had just gotten out of a relationship. His girlfriend dumped him, or he dumped her, or whatever. And then he hated women right now, and no wonder, because she's a fucking bitch. It was cringe as fuck, and it showed a huge lack of experience. I don't know him. I don't know what he's done or where he's been. I can tell you, anybody with the reps wouldn't have acted that. Was, don't get me wrong, I've snapped on a woman and called her a cunt. But she started it. This was insane. I thought the dude, the husband, was going to get up and do something. And then he did 22 minutes. It was so long and awkward. And Adam comes out and was that was just 20 minutes of hate crimes or something. And so Adam made light of it. Everybody laughed. It released the tension. There was a lot where it's just dude, none of this is landing. It's not going well. It was nuts. It was harsh. Again, as a club owner, I'd talk to Adam about that guy and I'd say to Adam, don't ever bring him back and put him on a year. Maybe in a year you can come back and audition again. Too aggressive to cut. It is a business. What's going on? And by the way, I don't care if this guy's a pro or a headline. I don't know him. I have no reason to. I don't know him. I don't, I can see him being funny. He started fine and then just lost it, and the inexperience shined through like it really did. You can argue all you want. You can be mad at me for saying that. Be honest, dog. And by the way, all these guys taped their sets. Put them up if you're so proud of them. 19 cameras on tripods, filming all the sets. Kitty got a bunch of new reels of her same 3 jokes. Wait till you hear. So, again, maybe this guy's drunk. I can see him being good, but he lost his mind. This was insane. He lost his mind. Adam knew it was rough. And by the way, the guy came out and said, Adam told me not to lose it on the women tonight. So this seems like it might be a chronic thing for him. So maybe maybe it's you. So then he goes out, and then who came out second? I think it was the World Series of Comedy guy. I don't know the guy. Looked like a big fat homeless black guy. Comes out, proceeds to do nothing but crowd work at cul-de-sacs everywhere. Doesn't go anywhere. He was a naturally funny guy, I think, so he kind of had him for a little bit. But then it just turned into everybody shouting at him because he was doing crowd work, and we couldn't tell. He kind of was mumble stiltskin, so we couldn't really tell what he was saying. It was, and then he kept getting the light. We kept seeing him get the light. Adam was lighting him, and he just wouldn't leave the stage. And then he kept bragging about how everything he did wasn't material. It was off the cuff. And we're like, yeah, we know, man. It was punchline-less. Again, he had a little charisma and a little personality, so I think he carried it a bit. So then he gets off, and Johnny Castillo comes out. I know Johnny a little bit. I don't know him very well. Very nice guy. Comes out, has jokes with punchlines that he's worked on. He's delivering them. He's not letting the crowd distract him. When he forgets something or needs to pause, he's not unprofessional. Now he's not the best on stage. He needs more confidence. He needs to own it a little better. But the jokes were good. The jokes were there. And by far the most professional on stage of the night. I give it to Johnny Castillo. The only reason I don't give that to Adams because he said the thing at the end, like, don't laugh if you don't like people. It's like, oh, weird for your show. Why would we not laugh? You handpicked the best comics in Vegas to come out and do your show. Will Gunslinger, fat black homeless man with crowd work, Kitty Pineapple, and Johnny Castillo. The best 4 comics in town. You brought them out. How could it go wrong? Gibbs is a monster headliner. It can't be easy to kill at comedy and magic simultaneously. Now the people who do it great. So maybe he came out at the end and crushed it. Maybe that's why Adam put him at the end. I'm going to just let you know I left. I didn't watch that part. I had to go brush my teeth after Kitty's set. Adam comes out after Kitty and by the way, Johnny had a decent set. Kitty wasn't the worst. And Will had an awkward interaction and set, and the black guy couldn't really hold him and never really had him either. Adam comes out and tells the crowd we're getting so fucking drunk backstage. We're taking more shots to the head than Kennedy. We're so fucked up. We're getting blasted. It's like not a good look when your show's bombing out front to go brag about how fucked up and irresponsible you are getting in the back. This is my criticism, Adam. Again, you're very funny. I think you have a career in this. You can go do anything, and you're doing actual real shit. This is fucked up. I don't know. Y'all have all gotten so lucky here that you don't understand the playground you're working on. You're in Jimmy Kimmel's multi-million-dollar comedy club. Knock it the fuck off and take it a little seriously. I wrote this on a story, and I'm being serious. I paid $23 to park. You gave me a free ticket. I don't know how they paid for the room. I don't know how many people paid to be in there. Some people did. A lot of people didn't. That's fine. You got a great audience in that A room last night, and you took it about as serious as a fucking mild heart attack from a man who just enjoys eating buckets of lard and won't stop, can't stop. You can write this off from a fat nobody who's doing nothing, or you can maybe take it as you're kind of right, and I know you're kind of right. LA Comedy Club has a new great room that they've carried over awful policies and procedures. That room, as far as I'm concerned, is a goddamn... Somebody said that to me the other day, like, you don't consider LA Comedy Club an A club? Are you fucking joking? Are you joking? It's a roulette wheel of a lineup of open mic garbage mixed in with pros. Adam Hunter's a pro. Quinn Dale's a pro. Brett Ernst is a pro. Butch Bradley's a pro. Sprinkled into that, you're going to get a lot of Waldeck and a Miracle Kool-Aid. You're going to get a lot of open mic horse shit. People you've never heard of doing awful comedy because they were in the room. Their brand is fucked. It's fucked. That's not even a real club. Get real. It's a lineup club and it's a fucking marketing company. They make bank off a room by selling concepts. They don't really give a fuck how good the show is. They really don't. That's not to say they don't have good comics, but this is 100% honest. That club is lost. Wise Guys is headed there, and Kimmel's... If they keep this shit up, I mean, how desperate are these clubs? Again, this hurts me to say. I like Adam Dominguez. But you know what you fucking did. You know what you fucking did. When Kitty Pineapple's on your lineup, I'm done talking to you. And by the way, I told everybody last night, I hope she crushes it. I hope she makes me feel like a fucking idiot. I hope there's something I'm missing. And I don't know, all you people who support her, Leah Mendez and all this stuff. No, she explains it on stage. We'll get to it. She doesn't. He's a lost boy. I'm not even going to use the pronouns because I actually, after seeing what I've seen in the past 24 hours, I 100% believe this is a bored, lost boy who doesn't know what to do in life, whether it's gender, occupation, or comedy-wise. This motherfucker doesn't know whether he wants to be in front of cameras, behind cameras, singing, doing impressions, selling dildos, cutting off his dick, keeping his dick, being L, B, G, or T. Whatever's convenient and will work. It's all a grift. And by the way, 2 bookers have contacted me going, this seems kind of sketchy. I went to the website and it's like choose your own adventure comedy. I can book David or I can book Kitty. Right. This guy doesn't give a fuck. Not good. Not good. That place is a beautiful professional comedy club. And you guys went in there just wagging your dicks around like you own the place. And by the way, they'll let you. They'll run it into the goddamn ground. It already changed owners once, right? Fuck, it's sad. Patrick, shouldn't you be careful? You want to get in there, don't you? I'd love to, but not like that. Not by lying. Not by going out and saying that show is worth... Again, I got 2 bottles of water yesterday. That was $12. I paid $23 to park, and if I'd paid for the show, I think it was $20. Imagine spending $50. You know, a couple spending $100 or whatever. Coming out to that at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. This must be vetted, great comedy. And by the way, even the good comics on there, like Adam Dominguez, not taking it seriously, fucking around. Blah. Gross, dude. Gross. Seriously. I hope the last guy crushed it. Because it was embarrassing. Honestly. I don't know what to say. Johnny Castillo should have been the worst comic on that show. One of the best. So Kitty Pineapple has her DSLR set up. She comes out. Adam introduces her as a TikTok sensation, which I thought was a great intro. This dude walks out in all leather. One thing I noticed again, nothing but lack of experience shining through with Kitty. Again, the idea that this thing should be headlining shows is fucking insane. Go watch David Lee 2 years ago. Last year, I think there's some comedy with David Lee. It's garbage. No one's laughing. You go watch it with Kitty. It's like, it's sympathy garbage. Kitty she's playing 1D chess, motherfucker. This bitch, every joke she does is like the most basic. Like, she knows one joke. It's like reversals. It's all she can do. It's all she can do is reversals. It's like she learned one type of joke. They said, "Do you have a karaoke machine?" And I was getting pissed off, because I have one. Who saw it coming? That's every joke. It's like basic joke writing 101. If you don't have stories, if you can't weave a more intricate punchline that people can't see coming together than that, and by the way, not every joke has to be that way, but every joke of hers is that garbage. And then her husband got out. Oh. It's right, because when you make fun of gender, it's okay. So this bitch comes out and does this thing where she's like, I know some of you are wondering. It's like, no one's wondering. No one's wondering. You're Tyrion Lannister. You're a midget boy. We all know what you are. And some of you can't figure it out. It's like we can all figure it out. She does a lot of those little weird flexes in her act where she's like, I wish that joke wasn't so funny. It's like, your wish is granted. Arigato. I wished it wasn't so funny. She'll say that over dead silence. Penny Prince and I almost fell out of our fucking chairs at her insane coping mechanisms in between jokes to fill the giant gaps of silence. There'd be 10. She did this no less than 8 to 17 times. There'd be 10 seconds of no laughing after a bit, or a small fizzled out, polite, And by the way, all the black people in the back were talking mad shit. Laughter would fizzle out. There'd be 5 seconds of silence, which sounds like this. So it's a long time, especially in a big showroom. And then she would just say something like, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. It's like, no one's on board. She would say insane shit like that a lot. Thank you guys for so much for hanging in here with me and still being into it. It's like, oh, you're on another plane of existence. You are so fucking deluded. This is awesome. She said that several times. Where Penny Prince would go, yikes, we would die. We were dying. She comes out, she does this thing about how she's LGBT and Q. Because when she was a guy, when you were a guy, some days you're still a guy. Tanya Lee Davis. That's a great one, huh? She's like, because when I was a guy, I dated dudes. And now that I'm a woman, I date women. And the bisexual, that was an accident. That's not even what does that even mean? You just explained that you dated men and women. So how is the bisexual an accident? Like, a lot of her jokes are like that, where it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? And I'm definitely questioning. So I'm everything. And then she gets a big like, it's like, these aren't. Now, we can only pray that one day Leah Mendoza can make up for her sins and come to her senses, or maybe the drugs will wear off and she'll realize that this is insane for you to think that this woman had headliner level talent. But somebody needs to tell you. And Diaz Mackey, I haven't seen in a long, long time doing sets, is running around headlining shows. And again, that's crazy and bold from a guy who put out a 36-minute long hour special that had 16 minutes of sketches in it. Bold. Everyone is fucking lying. I don't know if this is the pandemic or what happened, but you're all telling insane ball-faced lies that are fact-checkable by anyone. It's on the blockchain, as they say. So Diaz Mackey can put it in his bio that his latest hour special is out now. It's like, no, you have a 36-minute video with intro, credits, and several different sketches and 19 minutes of stand-up. And by the way, in that's being generous. The jokes in there, not many. Now, again, I can't say whether Diaz Mackey can headline a show. I don't know. Positive note, looks like William Strange has learned how to behave. William Strange sauntered in last night, saw me, decided he didn't want to be in a showroom with Patrick Melton, and went outside and pouted. Then he decided, oh yeah, I'm a loser, so I have nothing else going on, and came back in and sat down 2 seats away from me. Sat there quietly, watched the show, behaved like a normal human. It was great. Congrats to William Strange. Someone can talk shit about you on the internet and just be fine with it. You don't need to stab anybody. You don't have to make threats. You don't have to even be angry about it. I'm a fat buffoon. Who cares what I think? I started talking shit about Adam Dominguez and he fucked off. I would my advice would be to everyone who's being asked to go down there to Kimmel's and put a show together, to take it a little more seriously and stop throwing your friends on a show and really put together something that's worthy of that room and good enough for that show. That was sad. It was sad. Especially when you have good comic friends. It was like, you could have brought Kool-Aid down there. I mean, we all know who the good comics are in town. We all know. We all know the people who, you're spoiled here because, like, in any other city, in any real environment, let me just explain. You'd all be treated how the Laugh Factory here treats you, or Brad Garrett's, or the Comedy Cellar. You wouldn't have a fucking chance. Where are you at the Comedy Cellar? That's where you're at. Period. You ever headlining LA Comedy Club to me anymore means it means nothing. They'll headline anyone. There's no standard there. it means nothing anymore. It's almost the same way with wise guys, except wise guys will get some big names every now and then. You've got Adam Hunter 3 to 6 times a year at LA Comedy Club. And by the way, how good is that, if we're honest? FYI, I'm at the Cellar tomorrow and Tuesday, says Big Irish J. Tickets at bigirishj.com. Yes. And by the way, Brad Goulby messaged me and said that I said that he was a mediocre comic. I want to take that back right now. I've never seen Brad Goulby perform, so if I somehow said that or slurred that or lumped that in or misspoke, I apologize. I've never seen Brad Goulby, so I'm unqualified to make. Leah says, I would love to give my perspective, but not in the chat. What's your perspective? What's your perspective? You think Kitty Pineapple is a viral, achieved it headliner? We're done. We're done. We're in different realities, you and I. Woohoo, congrats, Jay. He's there all the time. Where's Garrity? That dude's great. Patrick Garrity's a beast. A beast. A beast. A cut above. Definitely great. I've known that dude for 20 years. Goulby is a solid dude and a good comic. Okay. And by the way, you know, Waldeck, for all the people who laugh at him and think he's a joke around goddamn town, Waldeck never shoots sunshine up my asshole. Waldeck measures his progress against his progress. Waldeck's only goal is to be better than he was. He sets goals. He achieves them. This dude's taking writing courses, I think, at UCLA Extension. Am I right about that? So when he has a TV show and he gives me a part, if you ask me right now who to put money on in this town, Waldeck would be one of them. Because while you all make fun of him, he has his head down and he's doing shit to further his career and knowledge in the space. Lex Las Vegas is delusional. Sorry, if you're going to double down to me that the Spotlight is actually a really serious program that could be picked up any minute by TBS or the WB, we're done. Leah Minden Fences. Oh, fuck. Moody's here. Who do we want to go with? Let me just show you who Leah thought was a great talent. We just need a little palate cleanser here. Here we go. Funniest video you'll ever see of Kitty Pineapple, just because of how much she thinks she is nailing this. I cannot stop edging to this video. Look at the way she looks at the camera. She's just like, y'all wish y'all could do this. It reminds me of Cecil, where she's like, y'all like this? This is how I do it. I'm nailing it. Watch this shit. This is so good. 13 likes too, by the way, so you know she's viral.
How's everybody, sweet kitty? And today I'm going to be doing with the pasta family.
I know now just quite how my life and love might still go on.
In your heart, in your mind, I'll stay with you for all of time. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go.
Look at her, look at this camera, like nailing it.
Wherever you will go. If I could get that time.
I'll go wherever you will go.
Holy shit.
How's everybody? It's me, Kitty, and today I'm going to...
Hi, everybody. It's me, Kitty. Holy shit. Holy shit. She goes, it was all right up until Peter. You're out of your fucking mind. You shouldn't have to put the characters up there so we'd know. It wasn't. Chris is off. Stewie's off. You're doing like the most basic. If I could, then I would. It's like, ugh. So fucking funny. So fucking funny. And the more you dig into this fucking thing, you'll find out that the reason this race shit is all just part of her new journey of like this fucking idiot David doesn't know what the fuck he wants to be. He's a lost boy, the definition of it. And I'm not just saying that because he's 4'8". He's trying to make his identity anything he can. This motherfucker has operated cameras, done graphic design, tried to host a TV show, tried to develop a fitness app, tried to open a fitness club, tried to be a camera operator, tried to sell dildos. Now he's doing a sex chat. What the fuck? And by the way, the whole time has been doing comedy and never been good. Never. Never. Ask anyone in town. You suck. He sucks. Everyone in town knows it. Knock it off now that they're trans. No, it's still garbage. It's the same regurgitated jokes. I go over to this dumb idiot's TikTok and you'll find this video.
I still kind of have my lumpia. Not Shanghai.
I still kind of have my lumpia, talking about his penis. Okay, big joke about this. So these are all dumb run-of-the-mill Asians going out, Hawaiians and shit, laughing because it's fucking safe corporate bullshit comedy from someone who looks like them. Let's not beat around the bush. I don't care if it's inappropriate or sounds racist. You're all fucking nuts to ignore humanity. This is the only reason this person is there. It's the only reason this person is doing semi-well. Let's not act like they have talent. And when you put them in front of a random crowd of mixed race individuals from mixed places with mixed backgrounds, you get a mixed reaction because she's mixed. She's mediocre as fuck. She can't handle headlining. It isn't good enough. Period. By the way, it will never be good enough. This person doesn't have it. This is 15 years, 18 years into comedy. I haven't been on stage in a long time. I could wipe the floor with this bitch. Anytime, any room, except out of it Asians. But I would never go there and do that. So this big long joke about how she has her dick.
Banana.
Do you know what I mean? Like she says banana and everybody goes, ah, because dick's like banana.
Yeah. The banana lumpia, because it's got a little bit of girth, but it's a little bit of flat. Yeah, but it's very tasty. I still kind of have...
So these aren't jokes. These aren't clever. This isn't good writing. There's nothing creative here. Take it to TikTok, mother. I don't know how TikTok works. I'm not a motherfucker who's... By the way, it's already wearing off. We covered it on the last show. This idiot's going around telling everybody he has 60,000, 40,000. He gets less views and likes. You've seen it. 13 likes. 200 views, 100 views, 300 views. Every once in a while, one will pop 4,000 views. Anyone can do that on TikTok. I've had TikTok videos do thousands. I've had TikTok videos do 14. I don't understand it. I don't know how it works. You can't make it happen. And if you go across the trend of all of her Insta videos where she has the most followers, 60,000, you'll see 100 are still interested in what this one note bitch is doing. It's constant reposts of the same joke. They're the most basic level of humor. We've seen it. We've had enough. This is a fucking fad, and this will fade out just like the rest of your non-talents. I don't know why you're in such a hurry to show us how bad you are at everything. Impressions, singing, this thing that comics do where they sing, if I could, then I would. Somebody said she got picked for the World Series of Comedy in Vegas. That means nothing to me. It's run by a man who wears jean shorts on stage. Joe Lowers, who's a known con man. Piece of shit. You guys say this shit like it means something. This is my point. You've grown up in this bubble. I remember the World Series of Comedy when it got started. It's a fucking scam. It's a fucking scam. Dog. Anybody could create anything, and you fucking little ants will just scurry all over the hill to win a title. The fuck? Live on Earth. Alien Warrior Comic was a guy who put on alien mask, pretended to be from another planet, and did jokes like, I just flew here from Megatron 7, and boy, are my inlet valves tired. It's like, what? This guy made it in the finals in the World Series of Comedy. It means nothing. Where is that guy now? Headlining clubs all over America. By the way, a good friend, Ryan Dalton, won World Series of Comedy. Got none of the work he was promised. None of it. Very funny comic, by the way. Nothing out of it. Oh, the World Series of Comedy. Something that'll get somebody nothing? Oh, now I respect it. Grow up! Adam Dominguez is doing better than any World Series of Comedy winner. He's being asked to produce shows around town. What I'm saying is straighten up and produce them well. Knock it off. Knock it off. I mean, like, honestly, again, people may be mad at me. You can be mad at me. If you want to stand up and go, yeah, no, that was the best show I could put on. I booked the best comics I know, and that was the best show. And I thought it was great. It's like, okay. Fair enough. Everybody's got shows they run, and it's all handshaky this and handshaky that. Put me on your show. Put me on your show. Put me on that show. I'll put you on this show. Fuck. You've got to knock it off. You've got to get everybody off the pedestal, man, because there are gradients here, and it's vast. And you've all cluttered around the title headliner. You know, everybody in town's a goddamn headliner. And that's just not the case. It's sickening. It's sickening. And just what I'm saying, who's the headliner this week at LA Comedy Club? It's Amir, what's his name? The guy from America's Got Talent. Now, by the way, LA Comedy Club is using a Comedy Central logo that was in operation from 2000 to 2010. It's the same Comedy Central logo with the buildings coming up that Skippy Sprinkles uses. So LA Comedy Club is just as mentally in touch with their marketing, the look of their photographs, the vibe of their room. They're just as in touch as Skippy Sprinkles. Okay? Kabir Singh. Oh, yeah, Kabir Singh, the guy who squandered his entire opportunity on America's Got Talent. Just so you know, America's Got Talent. Kabir Singh, everybody, headlining LA Comedy Club. Now, how did they get such a big star? Oh, he's headlined that club since way back. Don't worry, if he gets bigger, he shall not ever headline again there. But my guess is that he'll headline there for a long time because he's over the hump of the AGT. He didn't use that to springboard to anything, and it's over. Just my prediction. You tell me. Nobody knows who Kabir Singh is. Sorry. Now, more people know because that's a more mainstream show, but comics are just dumb, delusional. Like, oh, he was on AGT. Maybe he can get me a thing. He can't get you a thing. He's not got his own thing. Knock it off, everybody. It's like when, like fucking hell. You seem surprised that people in comedy business don't have a deep understanding of marketing and business, as if you expect them to have higher IQs compared to other professions. Yeah, I mean, what happened is I just never knew that, like, adults would be so happy deluding themselves. Diaz Mackey has convinced himself he has an hour special out, even though the runtime is 36 minutes and the comedy on it, the stand-up, or at least the total amount filmed on a stage is like 19. But he has an hour comedy special out. It's like, okay. Kabir has taken Alex on a lot of things. It's like, okay. Who? He's done what? When you say a lot of things, you mean he went and did Cobb's one night and headlined it. And it was at Rooster T. Feathers. One night only. Kabir, like, what are you talking about? Most people become comics because they are funny, but because they lack discipline to enter conventional jobs that require hard work, dedication, and discipline. Most of the comics who think they're hot shit around here are lifetime day jobbing fucks who treat comedy like a social club. Trez Mala and the ilk. These are dopes who do local shows. Ryan Barassa, Andrea Vikramson. These are guys who will never be full-time comics. But they will never stop telling you how great they are and that they're pro comics. Meanwhile, they perform at Flip Flop Bar every week. It's like, I'm done talking to you. You're not even in the bubble of it. Lex Las Vegas. Like, what are we talking about? The spotlight is actually it ain't. Alex Kool-Aid Ansel did a spotlight with Lex Las Vegas and wore an Onions hat and completely trolled him. Watch as Alex laughs when Lex tells him the typical questions. Where are you from, dog? And all this shit. And Lex tries to bury the fact that he's wearing an NLO hat and then tries to explain to everybody why he actually started. This is the longest spotlight ever. Usually they're 2 minutes. This is 3.5. Because Lex has to explain to the audience, actually, the spotlight is good. I did this to, like, highlight people that nobody else would have ever seen. It's like, oh, wow. Who saw Kool-Aid that didn't know Kool-Aid from the spotlight? Hey, Kool-Aid, how much did your followers go up when this spotlight hit the feed, dog? Delusion. Lies. He lies to himself and everyone else and then walks around like we're all supposed to go along with his shit. Sorry, everyone else can pretend like the spotlight is watched by millions. I have a view count. Check this out. Let's unmute it.
Kool-Aid live from Chocolate's Cantina. Yo, Kool-Aid, what's going on, bro?
So it's like live from Chocolate's Cantina with horrible background noise. Again, this guy's not tuned into the world. Like, it's just a horrible place to do this. Horrible lighting, horrible sound. But he probably pulled Kool-Aid over like, yo, let's get our enemies. So he thinks this is great. He thinks this is really good stuff.
I had an absolute blast tonight. It was so much fun. I got to let out some demons.
kid wearing the Onions hat?
Up inside of me, and it was fun. I did some questionable material, but the crowd was there for it. Because, I said some rowdy shit tonight.
Yo, here at Chonklers, we're all about the unconventional stuff you're not going to hear in a regular comedy club. We like to go.
These guys have convinced themselves that what they do down at this degenerate bar is like nothing you're ever going to hear anywhere else. We got Trace Mala spouting mediocre comedy and conspiracy theories. I'm here talking to people doing the spotlight. Yeah, this is a night like nowhere else. Jimmy Kimmel's, Alex Ansel, Adam Dominguez show is a night that's going to be so chaotic and crazy. Skippy Sprinkles has the best headliners in the state. Are you noticing yet why none of it means anything anymore? And you should all be a fucking shame to yourselves? You know, you've all robbed yourselves of one of the best fucking things about being a comedian, which is improving, climbing the ladder, being genuine about the results you're getting, and fucking following through with goals. You've all skipped the superstar status. Lex Las Vegas thinks he's a viral superstar. Kitty Pine thinks she's a viral superstar. You couldn't sell out a Starbucks if you were giving out coffee. Wake the fuck up. Jay Hollingsworth said most people getting into stand-up because they get interconventional jobs, I would say, is crazy talk. Most comics had day jobs when they started. Correct. And Moody says it's hard work to actually be good. Correct. Again, you know, some people are just more talented than others. Like, unfortunately, Adam Dominguez does have a natural charismatic likability and funniness. He does. He's miles ahead of other people at the same place, like time-wise. So it's not completely linear. Morris says, I spoke too rashly and generalized too much. What I should have said is most people enter comedy as a side gig and don't give it time to required to cultivate a skill. Right. Why would Lex Las Vegas try at it or get better or play on the spotlight? It's already a hit. He's already declared it a hit. Patrick Melton is friendless and needs likes, so give him the views. He needs the views. Honey, you don't break double digits on anything. Likes-wise, you get 0 to 3. Like, what are we... By the way, I like you. I like what you do. You're a fucking liar to yourself. Give him the views. He needs it. Fuck you. Fuck you. By the way, I don't need it, and I blow you out of the water with views. So what are you talking about? Like, one of us gives a fuck. That's the difference. It ain't me. I didn't even realize the Hard Hat Lounge was still open until I saw Skippy's app. Yeah, someone should call them and say, like, hey, I didn't know you had HBO headliners down there. Is that the guy with the goggles strapped to his face and his notes on his arm? Many people consider and call themselves a comic as opposed to a bartender when they don't actually decorate. Well, look, you know, it's very easy to make $25, and that makes you a pro comic. You made money, so you're a pro comic. You're all fucking insane. I want to quit. I don't want to be a part of it anymore just so I can tell you how dumb you all look. It's disgusting to me. I can't leave it fast enough because it's so gross. Will losing his shit on those women because he couldn't fuck. Like, you were struggling. You were not doing well. You taking it out on them? Gross. You need it so bad. By the way, at the end of it, the beginning he made fun of people giving out their Instagram. At the end of it, he was begging women to be in his DMs and giving out his Instagram. Yeah, after the great set and berating the women, you're going to give out your Instagram? I'm sure it'll be loaded up like my diaper. Sean Close, that place has been 3 different names in 5 years. Who cares? This is my point. Trey's does it once a week, so he's a fucking pro comic superstar, and nobody knows nothing, bro. It's like, okay. Guys like AJ Rivera and Casper are literally rungs being used on Ty Rivera's, usefulness ladder and don't understand it, think they're great. So you have to get fucked over by Ty to realize he's just a fucking idiot who uses people. I made money from stand-up. I was in multiple festivals. I was nominated Best Newcomer by the New Zealand Comedy Guild, and I was ass and not good and didn't give it any effort that it needed. Yeah, I mean, you're funny naturally, Moody. Chonkless does have good wings, though. It's like, great. Great. The reason so many comics like LA Comedy Club is because they get to go up there. It's the very thing, ironically, that has ruined all their credibility when it comes to putting on a good show. And I submit that if you were at that show last night at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club and paid $20, $25 for it, plus parking, plus food, plus beverage, plus, had to make the journey to the bathroom, but you would go, I'm good. I've never been to live comedy, but I went to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. That's a brand name big star. It was a super, super nice club, so I imagine that was some of the best comedy there is, and I guess it's just not for me. We don't ever need to go back there. And why? Because Adam Dominguez didn't try? That's reckless, motherfucker. That's reckless. And that's what it boils down to. I don't know the reasons Adam Dominguez picked these 4 people to be on the show. From what everyone said, Gibbs crushed it. Is that his name? Gibbs Salad? Cranberry Knobs? The point is, the rest of it was embarrassing. And I don't know what happened at the end of it, but you should have gone to find management immediately and apologize. It's fucked. It's fucked. So I hope he's not too mad at me. Adams hasn't said anything in a long time. And I like him. And by the way, I wouldn't spend this much time shitting all over this and make it a big deal if I didn't care and I didn't think so much of Adam. What I saw last night was insane. And when your name's on it and you're stamping it, you should be as proud of it as it's worth. And if you walk around acting proud of that, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're lying. So I don't know that there's much more to say about it. Kitty Pineapple finished by, apparently she writes her jokes on her fingers. You can see her like looking at her fingers while she's like trying to remember her jokes. But she'd go like 10 seconds of silence where she couldn't remember her jokes. And she would just go like, it's crazy how things happen. It's funny. She kept saying, it's funny how things happen. It's funny how things happen. This is like her saver line in between bits. She goes, it's so crazy how life happens. Penny Prince and I were dying. She said it 5 or 10 times. It's so funny how things happen, but then she proceeded to not say anything funny. Just like when she would go like, oh, this is so awesome. This is so awesome. It's like, what's awesome? Everybody being quiet while you fumble through your mental Rolodex of shitty hack jokes. By the way, she did racial Hawaiian jokes at the beginning that weren't flattering. And we watched her do this joke where she says that she still has her lumpia and I saw my dick and Then she does a joke last night about how she's actually cut her dick off. She lost the D and she used scissors and she gets big laughs out of cutting off her dick. That's not real either. This bitch is a comedy chameleon. She'll be anything she thinks might get a laugh in the moment. She'll be a man. She'll be a woman. She'll lie about who she dates. She'll lie about who her allies are. She'll lie about whether she has a dick. She'll say she has a dick. She lost her dick. She's a man. She's a woman. She doesn't know. What do you want her to be? She's desperate. That's what she is. It's fucking sad, bro. And you sign off on that and go, that's who's going to be on my show. Kitty Pineapple, as if that's going to draw. We've seen it isn't. No matter how much Leah promises it, she can't draw shit. So what happened? Where was Kabir? Where was Mike Winfield? Where are all these special guests? It was going to be chaos. Under promise, over deliver. Knock it off. Temper yourself. Recalibrate. If everything's always chaos, 10, crushed it, killed it, murdered. Your whole fucking system's out of whack. You're broken and wrong. And again, your friends may not say it out loud, but we're all watching you. Like, we all just scroll past Adam Dominguez telling us what an insane night it's going to be, because Adam Dominguez tells us it's going to be an insane night every time he's on stage. What if we just know you as a great comic who's really good and fun? Say, hey, man, I got a great news story about this tonight. Come out and see the show. Awesome. Not a lie. Now I'm intrigued. It's going to be crazy. Wait till you see chaos. It's like, fucking hell. You've mispronounced I'm an alcoholic. I think the scene out here has blown smoke up a lot of your asses and diluted you about the level you're at, what you're capable of, and how hard you need to try. Because some of you are writing jokes, some of you are working on it, and some of you are phoning it the fuck in. Now, I don't have to worry about it. Nobody gives me any fucking opportunities. But when they do, I take it seriously. If Laugh After Dark tells they want to film a special of mine, do you understand how many sleepless nights I have? Going over every joke. Is this good enough? Is that one good enough? Should I put that in? You know, I got to contend with my own, what I want to get rid of and burn forever. And also, like, I don't want to waste their time. They're going to have 5 cameras rolling 4K. Jesus, I'm not worth this. I have a healthy disdain for myself. And then, of course, we all see what happened. It's like, yeah, I'm shit. But at least I didn't waste anyone's time. You know, we can't put it out for legal reasons, but if someone offered Kitty Pineapple a special tomorrow, she would take it. She'd go, yeah, let's fucking do it. And I saw last night she was a nervous goddamn wreck because she knew I was there. And by the way, I don't harass anybody or ruin a show. I'm there to watch what you do. Show me you're great. Show me that you're a fucking nervous. Now you fumble with the mic stand. She turned around. She didn't say hi for 4 solid seconds after coming on stage. She's a lost boy. She's uncomfortable in her own skin, so keeps changing her skin as if that's the answer. Not her broken, dysphoric brain. Now, I don't know if she's gay. I don't know if he's gay. I don't know if she's a lesbian. I don't know if she's a woman. I don't know if she's a man. I don't know anymore. My point is, I don't trust you on any of it because you lie about everything. And again, if she made it huge tomorrow and had like an HBO special, she'd think she maintained the level from 2022 to 2023. Like, yeah, it was already a big viral star. Of course I got an HBO special. It's like, holy shit. Honey, you couldn't host in my comedy. You're not good enough to host. But I give a fuck. So another reason you don't see me do a lot is because I give a fuck. I don't let people just fucking throw up blurry, garbage sound videos of me. If this podcast sounded like Lex Las Vegas' Spotlight, could you guys sit through 3 hours of it? Penny Prince is a goddamn liar now. Be honest. It was a shame that security guard had to shoot a dog at your show. Most comics don't watch a show in their entirety, so they cannot look at the show from an audience perspective. To them, going to a comedy show in 5 minutes. Kitty Pineapple's peeking out of the curtain from the stage. This is all cringe shit. Big gaps in the curtain where I can see the comics backstage walking, Adam lighting people. It's like, no one gives a fuck. Like, no one gives a fuck. Penny Prince said, I thought the show was decent. I just would have enjoyed seeing Adam headline. Look, Adam could have headlined it. No problem. Again, my problem wasn't with Adam. I thought the one weird thing was at the end where he told him some of the comics might not be good. Just don't laugh. If you don't like them, it's fine. They'll be off soon. Just don't laugh. Yes, the show was decent. Okay, maybe you're right. The show was decent. I mean, you and I were hollering. Will Hunsinger lost a crowd and made them feel awkward as fuck. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. It was a complete derailment and spiral that showed a lack of experience. The black dude, fat dude who came up, I don't know his name, so didn't even try to do material. Just fucked with the crowd, mumbled the whole time. You couldn't hear what the crowd was saying to him, and then he would mumble. You couldn't really follow it. He had some personality. It was okay, but he never really got him going, and you kept lighting him, and he just kept staying on stage. And for a while, we laughed about how much he was being lit and wouldn't leave stage. That's never a good memory of a show. Then Johnny came out. He was good, but low-key. Then Kitty came out, stumbling and fumbling through jokes, telling the audience how awesome it was, even though it was dead quiet. You could hear a pin drop. You could hear vomit hit the floor, which did happen. Now, I'm not saying it was Kitty, but, not saying it wasn't. I think it was pineapple chunks. It was a whole dole slip. There wasn't a joke that he said that derailed everything. It was just his style. He came out shitting all over women. He lost them early. He was doing okay. And then he kept like forgetting his jokes or getting fucked up in the head and going like, shut up, you stupid sluts. I can't do jokes. You fucking bitches talk. Don't fucking talk. I don't want to go off on you. I'm trying to be nice, but you stupid whores. Like there's a lot of whore, bitch, slut, stupid vagina. I bet it has 2 rows of teeth. I bet all your lips are loose, you stupid slag. Like a lot of like really aggressive shit. Like a lot. Like I'm a free speech guy and pretty damn aggressive. I was sitting there going, me, Penny, and Leah were all sitting there going like, Jesus, what is he doing? And then he wouldn't read the room. He stopped getting laughs on all your insults. Read the room. They're not with you. If you're going to attack an audience member, make sure you got the crowd with you. He just kept doubling down, and we're all just cringing. Adam's better than that show. He can do better. I've seen him do way better. And you don't have to, you gave me shit in here for being the 420 comic. It's like, you don't have to be drunk all the time either. You can, by the way, when a show's not going good, maybe don't come out and tell everybody how fucked up y'all are getting backstage. And I pull, that's my club. I pull all the drinks out of the green room. Y'all don't get drinks when you're killing the room in the show like this. Imagine any of those. Imagine you being the booker. Here, let me put it more in perspective. Imagine you were the comedy booker for Jimmy Kimmel Live. Would you put Kitty Pineapple on that show? Would you have put Will up on that show? Would you put Castillo up on that show? Would you have let that black guy go out and mumble for 20 minutes on that show? No. The only guy I hear who was good enough to do that and had the chops to do that was Jibby Slibby or whatever his name is. So if you wouldn't be willing to be that reckless with the Jimmy Kimmel banner on the show, why would you book a show like that? I'm telling you, Kitty Pineapple should never be allowed on that stage. Will should not be allowed on that stage for a long time until he proves himself. That is inappropriate. It was uncalled for. It was insane. You can do that at an open mic. You can't do that at an A room. And you guys don't know what an A room is anymore. You've all lost respect for comedy. You've all lost it. No black guy on the flyer. Were they upset when they found out? Hunsinger is a top G. He knows how to handle women with their talking. You're wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. As usual, CF. Most of the comics watch shows in their entirety, so cannot look at the show from the audience perspective. Yeah, sorry, you already got that one. Apparently not last night. However, I will say that Will is a nice dude and works hard, so I'm sure he will work to make up for it. Again, we've done all the, like, this guy's a nice person. I like him. They're not. Stop it. Knock it off. That's not an excuse for what happened last night. This has to stop at some point. Get your head out of your ass. He isn't a top G who can handle women. I'm telling you. I watched a guy in an A club last night with 75 to 100 audience members walk several tables. I watched him lose everyone in the room with overcompensating for his inability to get jokes out by berating women until it lost all humor and sucked the air out of the room. I watched it happen. So I don't know what you're talking about. He's a top G. He can handle his shit. Maybe. Last night he didn't. Last night it was fucking amateur hour. And by the way, if he's a pro and disagrees, he ain't a pro. If he gets mad hearing this, fuck him. Because it's just truth. Put the tape up then, liar. Put the tape up. Top G is an Andrew Tate thing? Oh, shit. Okay, so you're joking? I don't know. Again, I'll give anybody the benefit of the doubt. And again, I see how he might be funny. I see some inexperience. Just me. There's a lot of fluffing, a lot of jokes. His whole joke about New Mexico, he talks about being from Ohio. I'm new out here in Vegas, new to the Southwest. I just found out New Mexicans are called, it's like, you don't need all that stuff about being from Ohio. I'm new to the Southwest. Like, get to the joke. There were no punchlines in that minute setup. So if you want an example of what I'm talking about when I say that I saw, this is what I'm saying. Again, the joke, if you heard me, I said he had some actual takes on that joke that I'd never heard, even though that premise is old. So I do think he has stage presence. I do think he has charisma. I do think he has confidence, but his ability to read an audience and temper that confidence, his ability to feel the energy and give it back in a way that complements what's happening, failed him last night. Look at this. Falling down. Is that an egg? That's where I keep my eggs. So, you know, Chris Waldeck still has get along disease where he's like, well, I will say that Will works hard. I do like him. He's a friendly guy and he'll make up for it. It's like, you can't make up for that. Now, luckily for you, I'm pretty sure the management and bookers of Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club have their heads in the goddamn sand and didn't see it. I'm telling you, if I had a comedy club and saw that, you wouldn't be allowed back on my stage for a long time. And if you didn't come to me afterwards and apologize, like, this is the thing. Like, again, the overall theme is you've all lost respect for the art. You don't give a fuck anymore. You're all fine with mediocrity and calling you're all, by the way, the real headliners should be mad. You know? Waldeck should be mad that Skippy Sprinkles is going around telling everybody they're the best headliners in the state. Big Irish Jay should be mad when Diaz says he has an hour special. It's insane. It's lies. But you all want to be friends. So you all just keep jerking off each other into a cup until you can't taste the difference between mediocrity and cum. It's all magic shell to you. I'm out of it. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck if I ever get on a stage again. I don't give a fuck. It's disgusting, especially this city. So let me just tell you straight. If you are out doing shows at Chonkla's and Ocha Bar, you ain't doing shit. You're not serious. You're jack off comics. Period. Lex Las Vegas, Kately Days and Beeson, and Casper, you're all shit. So keep telling me how it all works, and you're all great. You wonder why. You wonder why. Any questions before I go drink myself into oblivion? Anybody you want to talk about? By the way, we can make fun of me. We can watch my first time on stage. We can watch a recent time on stage. I'm not the most perfect comic in the world. I don't waste fucking people's time. I respect shit. By the way, the first time I saw it's the reason I bring it up now, Adam, is because I've seen the trend happen. I saw it with a Laugh After Dark set you did last year. Again, like the money these guys spend on production, notoriety live, a band. You know how hard it is to fill that room. They fill that room with 150 people. Then you go up and order a drink and do shots with the crowd and stuff. It's like it's wasting time on a pro show. I watched you walk up and spend the first 2 minutes on stage getting a shot and drinking with the crowd one night. And I went, his ego is over his brain. Do that at the end. Do that in the middle after you've fucking been funny. You get 10 minutes there. You got to waste 2 of them getting a drink. Is that what Rob and Kelsey pay for? Now they love you. You're funny. I'm sure you went on to be hilarious. Get the respect back. Take things a little more seriously. I honestly, like, it's so disgusting. Everybody's shitty clout chasing garbage. This spotlight thing. Watch Lex explain to us why the spotlight's so valuable to the community.
A little bit outside the box, and we got it in with Kool-Aid here tonight. But yo, for the people who've never heard about you before, let them know where you're from originally.
From San Antonio, Texas. The best country in the world, I'll tell you that.
Did you see him laugh when they asked him, holy shit, Leah said I'm not managing Kitty anymore. What happened? What happened? She's about to blow up. Wow. This is breaking news, everybody. Wow.
Oh, no.
She's a huge viral star who sells out everywhere she goes. Matter of fact, just a while ago, you told me you were going to prove me wrong. I said, show me. Put a show on here and sell it out. You said, I will. You'll see. I love LA Comedy Club is finally putting some gels over their lights. Somebody's paying attention to this channel. I saw a photo. There's some gels over the lights as if that's going to fix it. It's like, I want to tell them, like, you're using RGB LED lights, okay? You've got too much B on it. This is a very common problem. You got too much B in your mix. This happens a lot when RGB tries to produce white light. It's very difficult, especially if you don't have an RGB W. You know, so you have a red, a green, a blue, and a white LED light. They cut corners by just putting the RGB in there, turning all the red, green, and blue on, hoping that it all mixes together and makes a white. What happens is LED lights are very, very poor at producing greens. This is a fact. So, like, if you have hue lights or colored bulbs and stuff, you'll notice when you set it on green, it's always like really yellowy green or washed out. You can't get those big, bold, dark greens. It's very hard to produce. So you get washed out with the R and the B, and that creates purple. This happens a lot. RGBTQ. Yes, 100%. Kitty can't even walk down the street without getting recognized, I hear. Yeah, I mean, I think you're making a giant mistake, Leah. What do you hate money? Do you want to live in Adam Dominguez's closet forever? Why would you stop representing a power client on the go, on the rise? Oh, wait. She's a glorified open micer who has some trans Filipino heat in Hawaii and on TikTok. And also, not so much anymore. Her numbers, sincerely, used to get thousands of views on everything, literally down to sometimes lower than 200. So, let's all learn. Go watch Adam Dominguez on OnlyFans. Download the app. This is serious. They're getting into comedy. Adam's funny. He deserves your support. I hope he's not mad at me and angry about this. I consider this me shaking you and telling you to wise up. You could beat everybody in this town if you get it together. Waldeck, keep doing what you're doing. Johnny Castillo, get some stage presence. Jokes are great. Big Irish J, I thought you were funny. I mean, like my stomach's churned about it all day. Like, where would that... The comics I know in the chat who, like, do travel and work all over the world, like, where would this fly? Like, this is insane what we're living in here. What these comics think around here. It's bananas. We were watching. Sorry, I keep interrupting the spotlight because I'm just.
Right now.
Wow, you see this shirt? You see the Spurs?
That's right. Go Spurs.
Don't look at a hat.
Bang, we don't see the hat. There's no hat in this video. The hat is out of the video.
What do you mean? It's Supreme. It's not Supreme.
I love it. No, at the end of the day, the reason the spotlight started was so that any.
So he sees the Onions hat. He goes, but seriously, at the end of the day, the reason we started the spotlight. So he's answering NLO on this video. He knows Alex is always in the chat. He knows he's wearing Nobody Likes Onions hat. He's like, okay, I love it. But seriously, the spotlight is very valuable to the community. At the end of the day, the reason we did it. Like, by the way, I still like you, Lex. You can hate me all you want. I don't give a fuck. I think you're a funny guy. I think you're a nice guy. Like, when I say I think you're funny, I mean, we've had conversations where I think you're, like, a funny guy. I don't lie about that. I've never had a conversation with Kitty Pineapple that I think is humorous. If I could, then I would. If I could turn back time. Okay.
Conversations when I talk to somebody who amazes me all the time, makes me laugh like you. I can share that with people who never heard of you before, so they can say when I come to...
Who? These get threes of hits. If I could just spread the word, it's like if you could spread the word, you'd be big. It's like when Kenan Thompson's holding comedy contests. It's like, I'm gonna find America's next big star. It's like, what? What? You're almost unemployed. They're closing down SNL. I don't see you becoming the next Lil Rel Howery. You're not going to be the black best friend in every movie. You're a sketch comedic actor. I don't see it translating over into film. It never has. Every Kenan Thompson project's been shuttered. You're now on hiatus, so you're able to tour around and do a little stand-up. Have we seen Kenan do stand-up ever? Like, what makes this guy qualified to find the next big stand-up? It's all horse shit. But okay. It's very similar to LA actors doing an open mic so they can say their agents they do stand-up. It's bait and switch. The flyer matters more than the show. Kitty looks interesting on a flyer. That's a short-term, very myopic way to look at all of this. That's my point. That's fine at LA Comedy Club. They've done nothing but slowly deteriorate their brand over the years. Again, back when I started working for them, like every other weekend, it was like Gene Pompa. It was like Bert Kreischer. Like, again, like I was featured. That's a club. That's the level it was. Be featuring for Bert, featuring for Gene. I got bumped up to headliner. Now it's like, again, Kabir Singh, who? He sings? Brett Ernst, again, the biggest name I've seen there. And don't get me wrong, again, Patrick Garrity's a monster. This isn't an indictment of the people. What I'm saying is most of the people there are garbage level and below. A miracle and down. You know, and what do we do if there's ever a shortage on rose petals? I agree, especially after being on it, that it's horseshit. Yeah. Diversity greater than quality. Katie Lynn Daisy is a girl, so she's valuable to the flyer process. This is the rubric. They make them wear socks on their head. Yeah, of course. Yes. Yes. So I'm checked out of the Matrix like Tate. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to be honest with everybody. And by the way, write this off. Go, no, Adam put on a great show. Adam booked great comics and they all killed it. It's like, okay. Then we don't, like, that's fine. You're allowed to have that opinion and move on. I'd say it doesn't improve anybody and it doesn't help. If Adam tells himself that he booked that show perfectly and it was great and learns no lesson from last night, that's Adam. If Will Hunsinger wants to go, Patrick Melton, who? What a fucking hater. Fuck that guy. I get it. You're 6'4". You're used to being the tallest guy. I'm 6'5". Any direction you measure me. Again, I come off a stage after a mediocre set and go, ugh. These guys are all so used to glad handing and patting each other on the back that they think they kill every fucking time. I heard they killed it. It's like, you did? From who? They said. Okay. By the way, again, then what happens when you actually kill it? Does it feel good anymore? Or maybe you've never even killed it. You've lied to yourself so many times you think you've killed it. This city is fucked, man. You're all delusional. It's a strange game here in Vegas. The only way to win is to not play. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's disgusting. You won't catch me. The very mark these guys use success, like Trace Mallet thinks, if you're not out of chunkless, bro, you're not a comic. It's like, fuck. Are all these guys, too, that are like married with families and shit, and they're all at taco bars at 10 p.m. playing LARPing comedy? You know what I mean? Trace Mallet's got to be down at the taco shack at 11 p.m. just spouting off his latest conspiracy theories. He thinks he's Sam Tripoli. What time will you be home, honey, from telling all your conspiracy jokes down at the taco pub? I'm a free breather. And is Kitty Pineapple married? Leah, you're not a manager anymore. You can betray her. Is this guy married? He says he dates women now. He says, when I was a guy, I dated dudes. And now that I'm a woman, I date women. I thought he was married. Or did everyone leave? Did his wife pack it up and hit the bricks like Castillo? Ooh, too soon. Even the owners quit on chunkless. Yeah, I mean, it's just whatever. I like Kitty's marriage fell apart the night she headlined Bogies. What the fuck is Bogies? Hold on, I gotta hear why the spotlight got started and how valuable it is to expose.
Vegas Lex, who do I gotta see? What is he doing? Where's he performing? Yeah. So let him know. What do you got?
Shit. Well, me? Let's see. I don't know. Just check me out online. I will say this, though. I'm not out of breath right now from clout chasing this guy. All right? That's what I love to hear. This dude's popping online. Get on in this guy's level, all right? He's awesome.
Are you still at LA Comedy Club every day?
Not every day, but at least once a week. All over Vegas, online for sure. Y2 Kool-Aid. I'm on Twitch playing video games.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
You got the titties out on Twitch?
Maybe.
So, yo, what inspired you to get into comedy?
I needed, I felt like as a straight white male in America, my voice wasn't being heard. And the best way to get heard is to silence others, okay? And that's to get in front of them and tell them what they should think. So that's what I do.
Yo, shout out to your art teacher. That reminded me of Biggie Smalls, where he was like, shout out to all the people that called the cops on me when I was just trying to sell some crack outside to feed my daughter. That's what that reminded me of.
Oh, that's the struggle I definitely identify with. Yeah.
He's the notorious B.I.G. vanilla version over here. How long have you been doing comedy?
13 years.
Wow, 13 years.
Yep.
Yo, we're going to have a big celebration for him when he hits what? The 21st year to celebrate Tim Duncan?
Boom.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
Hell
Tim
yeah.
Duncan.
Bam!
Let it be known.
So, yo, they want to follow you. Final question. How do they find you? What's your social media?
AlexAnsel.com and Y2 Kool-Aid.
Bow! Well, there you have it. This has been the Spotlight. A comedian, Kool-Aid.
She posted, hold on, Kitty Pineapple's marriage fell apart the night she headlined Bogies. She posted about how she went up and still pushed through the pain to perform at Bogies Bar and make people laugh, even though her marriage fell apart moments before. Wow. Is that up? Holy. She posted this one. She thinks people are impressed by her doing this. She does it on stage. This is a woman who can't write jokes. So what do you do on stage if you can't write jokes? You sing, you do impressions, you pull your belt down and do flexes and stretches. It's like, anything? Is anything good enough? Am I famous? Is this worth it? Do you want to see more of this? Can I make a video about this? Anything? You've failed at everything you've ever done. He tried to launch an app, a fitness tracking app called Island 9 Fit app. How do you know, Patrick? What do you have, a copy of it? You can't scrub the internet, bitch. Everything. He tried to start a podcast called David and Kitty where they talk to each other, only he's not good enough. By the way, this is his trade. He wants you to think he knows how to edit and do graphics and stuff. He couldn't make it sound like they were talking to each other. They talk over each other and stuff. Also, neither one of them has a personality that's alpha, so it's just two betas, beta cucking each other nonstop. This is not a guy. Wait till I send you the app. If you have an Android, I've got an APK for you. Kitty Pineapples, Island 9 Fit app. Cute. How'd that go? Well, it got several reviews saying it was buggy as fuck and didn't work. And then it failed and went away. Last Wednesday was pretty packed out and the audience was fun at Chanclas. It's like, I'm not saying it isn't a fun bar show. I'm saying it's slumming it for you. For Trez, it's the best part of his week. He can't wait when the Boulder Dam tour bus pulls over and he can see the strip. He's like, fuck, good to be home. Just 3 more hours after we drop all these old people off, and I'll be down at the Wing House pretending to be a comedian again. Till next Wednesday, everybody. I've been Trez Forgettable. That's forgettable 3 times in Spanish. She didn't let me have any input in her performance when she was open to it at first. I don't know what that means. Seriously, Patrick, what would Kitty's social media help? Without social media help from Kitty, where would Casper be? She thinks this stuff's great.
If you had 3 letters, U, K, and I, how would you pronounce that? Ookie. What do you think Ookie means?
Again, this guy edits videos professionally, or used to, or tried to. Doesn't know how to turn the sound down so we can hear the track of people talking. Everything she does is shit. If this show sounded like the Spotlight, I'd kill myself. If I played music and it was louder, if I just did this. Come on here. I try to tell you, and you can never hear me. We try to understand what I'm saying through this. Do I think it sounds great? Get fucking bent. No, put it up. I don't have ears. Be the first to comment. Sound like somebody with 60,000 active fans? Be the first to comment. Every video. Luella Chavez there. Have you watched her skits on YouTube with Ralph Totella? She's another Kitty's social media prodigy. No. If Kitty's a viral sensation, I don't have room for anybody less than that. This bitch couldn't be more out of it. She does one where she like, it's like behind the joke with Kitty, where she like tells about, as if it's Angela Johnson talking about the Quito jail, as if it's some joke that went viral and we all know it. If your fucking bio says you're a viral hit, you ain't. If you have to tell people you're the boss, you ain't. It's cringe. So she has one thing here, is like behind the joke. Like Kitty tells how she came up with like, and it doesn't explain anything. And also like, we don't know your fucking material. You don't know your material. You write it on your fingers. Nannerpuss.
You can call me Nannerpuss.
Kitty's Kitchen. What's this one about?
Aloha, everybody, and welcome back to Kitty's Kitchen. Today,
Have you done this before? Like, look, she's just playing dress up. This is retarded. This is Uncle Roger if it wasn't funny.
we are going to make fried chicken. And
Do you guys know Uncle Roger? That's an actually viral guy. Asian. I bet everybody knows him because he's actually viral.
we have the chicken. We have the rice. Kitty, the rice cooker's broken. So what? We don't have rice. We can just use bread. You
Yeah, it's a wonder why it all slipped off from thousands of views. It just kept getting worse. Like we want to watch her bend and flex in the gym every day. This is Butch Bradley level behavior. Where's the behind the joke? I want that one. Of course, she bought a bunch of basic AI images of herself. Husband becomes wife.
20 years not married. Oh, shit. What you waiting for? No, I get it. You don't know what's going to happen in 10, 12 years. And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just trying to relate to what happened in my life because I've been married for 12 years. Yeah. You wanted to make sure that your husband stays your husband and not your wife.
So, how does she reconcile this? I still have a dick jokes. I don't have a dick jokes. I'm married jokes when she's not really married jokes. I date men and women. I'm married. All of it's shitty material she wrote as a man 10 years ago that she's trying to shoehorn into this shitty Quitty Pineapple character. It isn't good. It's better because you're trans, but how are you too dumb to realize that it's just because you're trans? It's only because you're trans. So lean into that and just say it. Kitty and Casper switched. Oh, fuck. I got to see this one.
You didn't shave.
I didn't shave for today. I was feeling lazy, and I did not feel like shaving, but it's okay because I'm still fabulous.
Time out, people. Casper.
Yes.
What the fuck?
This is Casper Pineapple right now. This is Tony Pineapple.
Casper Pineapple. As if you married two unfunny brands of comedy and it just got worse. Hey, be the first to comment. Imagine telling somebody that you've blown up and can sell out anywhere in every one of your videos is be the first to comment. It's only been up since November 12th. Maybe one day somebody will comment. 60,000, what are the odds?
Casper.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you can tell it's Casper Pineapple. I never did this.
Yeah, well, I'm not used to wearing this wig. I'm not going to do this on stage. That's why I'm getting it out of the way now.
I am playing Casper and...
I'm Kitty.
You didn't shave.
So the whole thing is I'm Kitty. I'm Casper. Yeah, he's playing Kitty, and they're playing Casper. So today I'm Kitty. Yeah, and I'll be Casper. End of clip. Hey, here's two people you don't know. They've swapped places. Isn't that nuts? Sure. Kitty's turning 39.
Yeah, I look good in my Versace dress, but I'm harder when
Holy shit, this is in a kitchen with Angie Crumb's doing Kitty Pineapple's hair in a kitchen. Worlds are colliding. Am I right?
morning hair's a mess, 'cause even with my hoodie,
Did you see how much garbage was piled up in front of Angie Crumb's house?
man, I made you look. I made you look.
Probably all condoms. I'm just kidding. She doesn't use.
And once you get a taste, you'll never be the same. This ain't that ordinary. This that look. Yeah, I look good in my Versace.
Like 9 things of garbage out front. What's going on? Did you get your carpet? Or, oh, God, this is a perfect freeze frame of Angie Crumb's kitchen. Oh, no. Oh, no. I love people who have, like, things framed. They're just leaning on walls. Fucking hell. So, is that another giant pile of garbage in the back? Holy shit. Why does she have so many piles of garbage in her life? I'm not just talking about Trouble and the other men. Leah goes, they did each other's set at Wise Guys. This is my point. Like, you're a comedy manager. You shouldn't be. This isn't fun. These are two nobodies. Who cares if they switch places? We don't know them, much less, oh, it's funny that they switch places. This is like roasting Caitlyn Jazzy J. It's like no one knows who that is. Roasting is for giant stars and people who are members of the Friars Club. It's also, if like a comic's moving away and they've been a part of the community for 10 years, give them a roast. Caitlyn Daisy B took up comedy and got knocked up, and now everybody's like, the roast of Caitlyn Daisy B. It's like no one knows what this is. It's no different than every other Thursday night where you guys jerk off onto each other. You're her manager. She's like, you know what Casper and I are going to do? Switch. It's going to be a big viral thing. You should go. Yeah, don't do that. You're not a viral thing. You know, I can't get you booked anywhere. We're making zeros of dollars. Yeah, remember that time we went to Hawaii and sold some shirts? Right. How has that ended up in a sustainable career for this mental patient? I watched her last night fumble and stumble through a 15-minute set and have to end it by grabbing her crotch, gyrating around. And literally, this was the crux of her finale. You guys remember Michael Jackson used to grab his crotch and gyrate? Thank you, I'm Kitty Pineapple. That was the joke. I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't really managing anything. It's like, you don't have to tell me, sister. Facebook photos don't have audio. It's just fucking pictures for a lot of people. Were the jokes about dressing up as Kitty any good? If they were, then cool. But if not, just pretend it's comedy. It just doesn't translate to like, we don't know who any of you are. Oh, God. Sold out second show at the Blue Note.
Everybody, just want to let you guys know we sold out the Blue Note. Yes, we did. And I'm on my chariot, so that's why I'm moving like this. But yes, the Blue Note sold out. I want to thank Tumua for having done that, because without him, I would have nobody to copy. So, speaking of which, check out this poster.
Who made that? Skippy Sprinkman? Hey, where else has she sold out? Oh, here's a joke about her pussy.
And I told her she looked like her pussy had an overbite.
Aloha, I am great. Actually, I'm not very great. I was just told my like it has an overbite.
And I told her she looked like her pussy had an overbite.
Aloha, I am great. Actually, I'm not very great. I was just told my like it has an overbite.
Okay, so she put up a video of her doing a callback to another comic's joke. Now, I'm not against this. You come up after a comic, you do a callback to their joke. Great little way to transition. Putting a clip of it up as if you did anything is garbage. By the way, Will Hunsinger used that joke on one of the women last night. That was Will. He used that on one of the women last night. And that was the mildest thing he said. That was actually funny and a joke. That's not real, so it can't be a joke. Then he just went into like attacking a bitch. Here's Kitty doing some crowd work. That's how to be so cool.
Now, this is new for me because like, I don't know what's going on. What do you girls have penises too?
So this is Mumble City. Anyone who thinks this sounds good enough to put up on social media doesn't understand social media. This is how you kill it. No one wants to watch your video when they can't hear it. This kills your view. You'll fuck your own algorithm up. You'll fuck your own algorithm up. I said something and she cut it out of the video and then later asked if I was trying to jump on her clout. And by the way, I think Leah's running the new room down at the Oyo for Matt and Joaquin. I wish her nothing but luck. She's inherited a giant purple space. So good luck with that. And by the way, you start doing better. If you have any control, start doing better. Kitty doesn't belong on that stage. Here's Garrett Hall, another great local comic who deserves to be called a professional. No sarcasm there. A lot of it comes from the fact that most of these comics are only friends with other comics. That's so insular they think like swapping sets is going to mean anything for anyone. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's fine for Lex and Trez and Manfred Hine and Caitlin Daisy B and Casper and Sean Fitzsimmons if he wants to put those fucking idiots up. That's all fine. Swap sets, book your own shows and swap sets. You guys are down here on a different level than pro working comics. And Adam Dominguez shouldn't be reaching down and grabbing Kitty Pineapple and pulling her up on to these. They don't deserve it. They're not good enough. Have one night a week where it's like new talent night and Casper gets to come up and do something, or Kitty. These are not pros. I'm not saying they're incapable of a good set. They're not pros. You have a pro show with a MC, feature, and headliner, and you want to throw Casper up or Kitty Pineapple up as a guest set and give them a shot in your pro room, fine. That way, if it fucking tanks like it does with all these dopes, you get to move on to a pro show. This sounds like garbage. You guys have heard clips, right? They love the mic back there, so it sounds like they're getting tons of laughs, but you can't hear them. It's like, these motherfuckers are so confused about the purpose of a clip. The people need to hear you. Close your eyes and try to guess what she's saying.
This is girls have penises too?
This joke doesn't even make sense. I got a lot going on with me. Is this true for you girls too? Or do you have new penises too? It's like, you don't have a new penis. You've had a penis your whole life. What is this? This is new for me because I have a penis. It's like, what are you? You've had a penis your whole life. Why is that new? This is called What Tortilla? Okay. Jokes by Kitty Pine.
My jokes are a little bit different, okay? I'll let you know. In front of Christians, I tell Christian jokes. In front of Filipinos, I tell Filipino jokes. In front of Samoans, I tell Filipino jokes.
That's funny.
My jokes are a little bit different.
That's actually a good joke. What else we got? Oh God, look at her in this.
Fucking lemonade's killing me. I'm losing it. I'm like, you know that part when you're stoned, like everything happens, but 5 seconds later, everything is gone. You're like, oh, what the fuck did I just say? Where was I going?
Oh, she added fake laughter. That was obvious. There's fake laughter added in at the end of that clip. Holy shit. She's not a good, Stephen Roberts is funny. I don't need to be on any stages. I'd rather, people don't take me seriously when I criticize their comedy because they think, oh, Patrick just wants to get, I'm done. I don't want to do comedy anymore. This is fucking bad.
Fucking lemonade's killing me.
Watch for the big fake laugh.
I'm losing it. I'm like, you know that part when you're stoned, like everything happens, but 5 seconds later, everything is gone. You're like, oh, what the fuck did I just say? Where was I going?
Leah, you're deaf if you can't hear a second laughter audio track come in super strong. I'll break this down in waveform. I could probably show you on a waveform. This would show up crystal clear. Let's run it back. I would bet everything I know about audio. Like, you're right. Kitty probably knows more about audio editing than me. I hear it. There's fake laughter in this. Yeah, I'm not saying you're not on it. I'm saying there's a second audio laugh track added. It's very clear that it comes in. It could even be in the same show, taken from a different time. Like, it matches the room tone and stuff. I'm telling you, you hear it cut in. Let me hit record. Fuck. All right.
Fucking lemonade's killing me.
It's not wired up. I gotta get this on the right input. I'm gonna have it coming in here. Fuck. Right after, I gotta tell you when to listen.
I'm losing it. I'm like, you know that part?
No, she's getting tons of laughs here. These are all real laughs. I'll tell you when to hear it.
You're stoned, like everything happens, but 5 seconds.
Is there an argument to be made? Hold on, what do we got going on in the chat? Is there an argument to be made for grifting like this so you can get more stage time to legit get better, like fake it till yes. Yes. She doesn't have a social media plan to get big other than be a girl now. You can tell because she's tried every kind of videos to get people to like her. What about cooking videos? What about workout videos? What about me and a friend slapping water out of each other's mouth? What about me trying on different clothes? What about me dancing with a green screen? What about me doing, like, there's no, you know, this might as well be Taylor Red. This is garbage. There's no point to it. And it doesn't translate into any real world. Go see a Taylor Red show. Millions and millions of followers. YouTube promoting this girl. These girls. Who are they? Go see them somewhere. You can't. Doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Here we go. So, like, yeah, of course. You could blow up and translate that. That's what Kabir Singh should have done. He ruined it. If you got off America's Got Talent and you're still headlining LA Comedy Club, you fucked up! This is a big, big town with good clubs. You were on America's Got Talent, which is a network TV show. People still think that means it doesn't. But people still think that means something, and you should be able to work any club in this town you want. Keep slumming it down at LA Comedy Club. Ugh. Nothing going on. Super nice, funny guy. Very funny guy. Not saying he's not good. Nothing happened. You got to listen to this. I'm telling you, this audio is here. You got to hear it.
5 seconds later, everything is gone.
As soon as this is over, you'll hear the normal laughter. You listen to a big, another laughter come in. Listen, I'll turn it up.
You're like, oh, what the fuck did I just say? Where was I going?
It's anybody who knows audio knows. Follow us on Instagram, NL Onions. Let me post the waveform from it. It'll be so clear. Because I'm looking at it on this computer. I can't get it up on the screen because it's on my PC, not the Mac, but I have this set recorded on my phone. I want to compare it now. Oh, send that then. Yeah. Let's do that. Basically what you did to play them both and record them isolated and look at the waveforms. That's what I'd like to do. So if you can send me that, I'd like to try that. Follow us on NL Onions. I'll post the results. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. I hear it. I know audio. I hear it. If you can't hear it, right at the end after she says going, I'll play it one more time. You'll hear it pumping.
Fucking lemonade's killing me. I'm losing it. I'm like, you know that part when you're stoned, like everything happens, but 5 seconds later, everything is gone. You're like, oh, what the fuck did I just say? Where was I going? Fucking lemonade.
Like, you can tell that she added audio because the Seinfeld track, this song, that also starts in the background. So she has modified it. I'm telling you, she's added a laugh track into the end, which is nuts because she was doing very well. Okay.
If I were a boy, I think if I were a boy.
Fuck. Oh, God.
She says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could.
92 likes. She's gone viral, Patrick. You don't understand. She gets recognized everywhere we go. In Vegas and her hometown? Where else do you go with her? Again, this is the Diaz Mackey effect. It's like, if you're telling me you're big enough to sell 100 tickets in every state, you would never leave that's good money. You would just go do one show in every capital city every weekend, and you'd make enough to be able to fly out and do that and pay your bills. You would never have to quit. You would only grow your audience, and it would just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And when I said that to Diaz, he said, oh, yeah, good idea. I might do that. And when I said that to Leah about Kitty, she's like, I will. I'll show. Oh, wait. Everyone's fucking delusional. I mean, if people look at a Filipino dude and say, we already have one of those, but look at a trans Asian adjacent person and let them in the door, I get why Dave slept on the dress. You're right, though. You're right. Why else did Adam book her on this show? Like, diversity? Like, this is insane. They were like, you have to have a woman. And Adam went, well, I don't want any of the funny ones on there. I refuse to believe that Adam Dominguez is so insecure that he's like, I got to have unfunny comics on the show so that I look better. I don't believe that about Adam at all. Adam can hold his own. I also feel like people that like this shit are morons. Take their money. It's right there for the taking if you just say the word journey a lot. I mean, again, it isn't. No one cares about this bit. She's getting 100 views, 100 likes, 200 views, 200 likes, 200, 300 likes. It's like, where's the line for Kitty Pineapple? Believe it or not, there were over 100 empty seats the other night for a Kitty Pineapple show. Can you believe it? Right here in town in Vegas. There had to be thousands of her fans here from CES and stuff last week. Why was the line not out the door for Kitty Pineapple? Oh, because nobody knows who that is and she's bad. There's no other answer. There's no other answer. Oh, why aren't people watching your show, Patrick? No one knows who I am. Fact. Kitty to the rescue?
What is up, everybody? And these fuckers need help pushing their car.
Yeah, we want fucking Johnny Bravo.
What just happened, guys?
Okay, what happened? Buff-ass motherfucker right here.
Is Johnny Bravo came over here, saved the fucking day.
Came out like, y'all need some fucking muscle.
Yeah, and like literally like freaking, or he's Popeye and he fucking ate a can of fucking spinach.
So they're just making fun of her and she's like, hold on, let me film this. Hold on, you guys mind if I tape you abusing me? Leah says it's showbiz. Where's the line? What? For what? For lying? These easy laughs don't translate to literal 20s of dollars. That's more than I'm making. Yeah. Fucking hell. Well, we'll never know, CF, because you hide behind a fake name. Adam Dominguez, Garrett Hall, Jay Hollingsworth, Earl Skankman. These guys are all in here with their real names. Penny Prince. They don't hide. We have open micers in here. They don't hide. You're some lurker that pretends to have some inside knowledge of Vegas comedy, but is typically wrong about the most fundamental things. So, explain yourself, Johnny Bravo. Ballads of the 90s with Kitty Pine.
But these guys, you didn't know what the fuck they were saying.
This is the siren song of the untalented. Dat Fan does this. What's her name? Natasha Leggero does this. Let's just do some songs at the end because I've done all the 180 jokes I know how to write. They said I had that. I was like, how dare you? I do have that. He said, hey, bro. And then I said, whoa, where's your husband? Oh, I didn't see it coming. It's all the most basic shit. And then she does bad karaoke. This is like I fucking worked with Craig Robinson for the first time. And he just starts playing the Office theme song and take your panties off. Take your panties off. So you had 28 minutes of comedy and then just played the keyboard and everybody's walking out. I learned I had to go set up my CDs 20 minutes into his set because he was going to walk so many people. The problem is a lot of these people start trying to build a social media presence before they've found their groove in stand-up comedy. Adam made that push at the perfect time. Adam who? Jay, can you get me a feature set at Ocho? And can you ask Diaz if I can capitulate? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Leah wants to know where's the line? What line? Adam made what push at the perfect time? I don't know what you're talking. Adam Dominguez made what push? The problem is a lot of these people start trying to build a social media presence before they've found their groove. Adam doesn't have some big social media presence. What's happening to everybody? Contact my manager, Freddie Correa. Yeah, I've never seen him.
They just sound like they're making up syllables, you know, like you just make up any kind of syllable word. I didn't work. Okay, let's try this.
Is it lies or truth that you're selling? That's what you're asking about the line? Okay. On stage, you can say anything the fuck you want. When you're pretending to be a trans person and chasing clout and trying to figure yourself out as your new trans identity, again, I don't personally care what you say on stage. What I'm saying is these jokes you can't do together or you even look dumber. You can't do jokes about having a dick, a banana, lumpia, all this stuff, and then say that you've chopped your dick off and get big laughs for that. You can't say you're married and then say that you date women and men and that's why you're the Q. So a lot of these bits are incongruous and you can't do them on the same show. Again, I'd love to see her hour. We'll never get an explanation for what the fuck she's doing because she doesn't. Any trans person worth their dick in salt would be like, I'll come on the show and tell you what's going on. Here's what's up with me and mind your own fucking business. This dude has no idea what he's doing. He's trying to find something that'll stick to the wall. And in the meanwhile, he's chopping off sexual reproductive organs or not and flinging them at the wall. And they're just slimy spider wandering down. Everything about this dude's history has said, I can't stick to anything. I'm not good enough to stick anything out. I need a fast track. He said the things this dude has tried, selling dildos, being a cameraman, doing graphic designs, trying to open a gym, trying to do workout videos, trying to host a TV show, trying to build an app, trying to do a TikTok star, trying to do comedy. That didn't work. Change your sex and do comedy. Be the fitness comedy guy. Start a podcast with your friend. Nothing lasts. You don't stick to anything. No wonder it's all mediocre as fuck. At least Lex Las Vegas has 200 episodes of The Spotlight. We can definitively say it's bad. There's only 2-3 episodes of Kitty and David chatting it up. You give up on everything. So pardon me if I don't take any of it seriously. And why can I so comfortably call it a trans grift? Because you don't know what you're doing. You have Leah running around defending you saying like, oh, you know, like she talks about it on stage. I'll clear everything up. No. More questions than ever. She talked about on stage being everything at once. It's garbage. Just sit Indian style and twiddle your thumbs and go, do you like me yet? Do you like me yet? Do you like me yet? How about now? Do you like me now? It's a lost boy, and I'm done with it. Like, if you let Kitty Pineapple on your show, you have no respect for your comedy show. a big social media. What big social media push? What am I missing about Adam Dominguez? Is he blowing up? Send me the link. This isn't a slight at Adam Dominguez. I had no idea they had some giant social media thing. Is it lies on truth or stage that you're selling? It's funny. And it has to make sense. That's it. This bitch 1 minute cut off her dick. The other minute she's talking about her pussy. One of her jokes said it was weird for her because she has a new dick. It's like, what? Like, none of this even makes sense. Any other girl struggling with a new, because I have a dick now. It's like, what? The OnlyFans push. I mean, that's like 2 days old. Do we know what's the OnlyFans push? He set up an OnlyFans, mostly to subscribe to women. And then he did a comedy thing. Let's stop. Everybody. We've already been knock it off. But does it have to make sense? It has to be funny. When you tell a joke about your banana lumpia dick and then cut to how you cut your dick off, even if it is funny, we're going, wait, what? Leah, you're lost. I can't do this tonight at this point where this is the hill you're going to die on, where you're like, no, people can lie on stage. It's great. No one's saying you can't lie on stage. No one's saying it has to make sense. It has to be congruent. I mean, it does, or it won't work, as you see. Yes, it does have to make sense. That's the reason you won't hear her tell those jokes back to back. I lost a dick. I have a dick. My big old dick, my pussy. I got divorced last week. I date women. I have a wife. You won't hear that. So yeah, it has to make sense. Does she do that? Does she say I'm married 1 minute and then say I date women? No, not without some sort of explanation. So yes, it has to make sense. What world are you in? Do people really have to make sense to get a laugh? Yeah, you have to communicate. So yeah. Sets up OnlyFans. CF publicity campaign was perfectly timed for his brand. Oh, God. No, I wish Adam the best on that. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how OnlyFans works. I've never seen the app. It's for simps and basics. So it's like TikTok. It's like people who use TikTok are mentally ill. I've uploaded maybe 5 videos to it. I don't understand how any of it works. So I'm out. And I don't even I don't go in the app. Like, I'll probably never include that on, I don't know. Oh, I was going to re-upload my proposal video. It's been a year. But I don't know how to make anything go viral on it. And I also don't participate on it. Like, I can't, that'll make my eyes bleed. I don't sit there and doom scroll stories and reels and, whew. This is for basic people who've tapped out of life. Do yourself a favor. Set up your screen time. Maybe lock your phone. It's late and I'm tired. I naturally get more philosophical. Oh, I have my vape here too. Whew. Clean. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd like everybody to... There is 50 to 80% of comedians I don't take you seriously because you don't respect it. You don't respect the art form. You don't respect audiences. You don't respect clubs. You don't respect the process. You don't respect the titles. And you can just keep, again, LARP with your friends after work down at Ocha and Chocola's. That's what it is to you. It's a social club. You're all booking each other. You're all friends, jerking each other's off. Great. You going to do 18, Ben? You going to do Artifice? You going to do Ocha? You going to do Chonkless? Great, dog. Stir up your giant pot of mediocre noodles and suck them down. I hope you choke. I'm just saying that people should get good at stand-up before trying to do go viral doing stand-up. I don't think Kitty's trying to go viral doing stand-up. Trying to go viral doing anything. This is Ty Rivera behavior. Literally, I'm surprised she's not getting tattoos on her face to signal to the Illuminati that she's willing to go through the process. Like, this is a desperate, lost idiot clamoring to do anything. Sound like Ty? Remember when I'm going to do a Patreon. I'm going to start doing this content. Ty hasn't done a video in weeks. This motherfucker is another one of these guys. He can't keep up with anything. Josh Denny has deleted his locals. Josh Denny hasn't posted shit on Rockfin in over 3 months. Josh Denny gives up on it. He's always launching something but never succeeding at anything. What I count the growth of this show, the live viewers, the money I make from it, the views. I'm in a race with myself. I can give 2 fucks if Kitty got more views on me than me on a thing. We all know who's more successful. I don't need to fight this bitch. Why do you do it then, Patrick? I like beating up trans. What else am I going to do? You know what I mean? It's a new moon. Seems like people can make it too early. Takes them 10 years to write that hour, blows up too much and can't crank out a new one to maintain the momentum, and they do it's trash. It's more than that too. It's a lack of respecting. And it's multi-pronged, the reason it's all eroding. Comedy Cube cranks out things they call specials that are literally 7 minutes long. 11 minutes long. Now, they tap somebody like a young Adam Dominguez in 2019 or 2020 or whatever and say, like, we're going to shoot your special. And he's like, fuck yeah. They tap Kitty Pineapple, like, we're going to do your special. He's like, yeah, I've done comedy 15 years and I can't get a laugh. I'm in. They tap Angie Crumb, tell them we're going to do a special. Then they shoot 10 minutes of them, put it out, and these fucking idiots, instead of being embarrassed that they have a video up called a special that's 10 minutes long, they run around telling everybody, check out my special. Like, fuck. Instead of going, sorry about that, it's not a special, they're fucking retarded, they go, no, look at my special. It's like Kitty Pineapple thinks she has a special. Now, Adam Dominguez goes on that show. I think he told a couple stories. It wasn't tight. It wasn't special-esque. But it was a good 10-minute, 12-minute set or whatever it was. If Adam was shooting a special, but I don't know how long this OnlyFans special is, by the way. How long is that? Because if it's a 90-second reel, I'm going to fucking scream. But what is it, 20 minutes? 60 minutes? I don't know. If someone tells you they want to shoot you in a special, I hope to God you tighten it up and take it seriously. It better not be Adam up there drunk, taking off his hat, putting up his hat, mumbling and telling a loose, rambling story. That's fine when you're headlining live and no one's recording it. Take it a little more seriously when a special's being recorded. Or don't. I don't know. Fucking just, people would rather be famous than good. I mean, the thing you said about making it too early, this is what happened with Dat Fan in Last Comic Standing. You still see this idiot strut. Anybody who's done those online Dat Fan shows, you're a fuck. Those are shit. And you are desperate. There's this thing that comics need. I need to be heard. I didn't do one Zoom show. I couldn't care about doing a Zoom show. There's nothing in my ego that I need to get out to you people. I don't give a fuck. Do this. If you're entertaining enough and fun enough, people will watch it. And if not, you'll find out real quick. There's no reason to think that you have something so important to say. I'm going to, throughout the pandemic, get online and tell dick jokes to a chat room of 4 people. Fucking die. And Dat Fan won Last Comic Standing over Ralphie May. Shouldn't have happened. There's no scenario on earth where Dat Fan would do better than Ralphie May and didn't. But they picked Dat Fan. He won. And then he started touring America immediately because he won Last Comic Standing. And when he came through Tampa, I got to open for him. This is my first time ever doing a professional show at the Tampa Improv, getting paid. The reason I got to go up is because Dat Fan couldn't fill an hour. He was traveling around with a group called Dat Band. There was a full 6 or 7 piece band that played music that Dat Fan danced to and sang a Kitty Pineapple. This is what people do when they can't write jokes, when they peak too early. The dude had 25, 30 minutes, and that was it, and he was forced into headlining. By the way, this happens with every fucking wrestler. It's like, I can't believe I went and saw Jake the Snake, and it wasn't amazing. It's like, yeah, it's almost like he hadn't ever done comedy before, and then was headlining. This happened with Steve-O. This happened with every fucking wrestler who tried it and still continues to. Because they have a name, so they have to be headliners. You can't ask Jake the Snake or Steve-O to feature or open. Here's the set. The OnlyFans set. Why can't I? Copy it. So I gotta go OnlyFans. No, that's a shark. I don't want to watch it on here. That's his thing, and I want him to get the hits. So we did that to him last time. OnlyFans.com/Adam Dominguez. Sorry, this page is not available. I mean, that didn't work. OnlyFans.com/Adam Dominguez goes nowhere. Except all. Home. I have to log in. I'm not logged in. Yeah, I guess I can't go because I'm not logged in. Adam J. Dominguez? Excuse me. Okay. OnlyFans.com/Adam Jerome Dominguez. Comedian Adam Dominguez. Yep, this is it. Seen 10 minutes ago. He was on 10 minutes ago. Stand-up comic and bottom 1% of all OnlyFans creative feature on OFTVs. I don't know how any of this works. More info. OnlyFans update 1.1. The episode of my OnlyFans TV is coming out soon. It's been so fun. Here it is. Woo. This is just on YouTube.
All right, we're gonna fucking have a great time tonight. I've been working on my calf muscle because I ain't never had a woman that big. I want to try that shit. I'm gonna start getting naked on my OnlyFans page, man.
There's a thing for us dad bods. It's true, I'm an attention whore. Oh, before I was a slut, now I'm a whore.
Oh, you graduated.
Yeah.
Let me tell you ladies this. Don't go through your man's phone. He said don't text back, hey babe.
Next question.
They won't fight you, but they'll roast you.
Roast you. Oh, yeah. I'm actually 17 years in the comedy now.
Wow, okay.
It's crazy because this exact building that we're in right now, I started doing comedy here. So this is just kind of full circle, just bringing it all the way back to where I started.
That's great.
When you come out of here to Vegas, you have to hit on with everybody. You have to connect with people from the Midwest. You got to connect with people from the South. You got to connect with people who are international.
Yeah. And you're over your head, bro.
I am over my head. And the only way I do it is I just have a couple shots and then I just put one foot in front of the other, and it's been working.
Again, it has been working because you are talented. I would like, this is just a friend telling you. Like, I've seen a couple of things. I've never said anything. I do think you'll slack off if you think I'm Bert Kreischer. I'll drink and I'll be the party comic. Like, it's not. You got to work at this. Because if you think you can coast and just produce shows like you produced last night and crush it in this town, you're probably right. Fuck. But, you know, I like just being genuine.
So far. They always talk about how, like, every scene, every major city has their own style.
You can't do localized comedy and stuff like that. So, and then when you get that form down, you can go anywhere around the world and do
And by the way, where's the whites?
your stuff because it's universal.
I just want to say everybody.
I just want to say my favorite part about Vegas comedy.
Who's that? Who are these other comics? I know Edwin. Who's these other comics?
We have to compete with a lot of different entertainment in this city, unlike other cities do. So that makes our comics have to go that much harder because we have so much competition.
I don't know who this is, but she is so full of shit. Like, holy shit. Oh, that's Miss Arkansas. I do know her. I didn't recognize her. Jay Reed is a headliner. Jay Reed does Trouble in Vegas shows. So, mixed on that one, dog. I've heard great things about Jay Reed. I don't know him. I've never seen his comedy. I've seen him last year working for Trouble in Vegas. So, anyone headlining Trouble in Vegas' show, I assume you're garbage. Sorry, like I do. Again, I've heard good things about Jay Reed, so I'm sure he's great. I've seen Miss AK. She's funny. This is such a fucking dumb thing. It's like them going, we have to compete with Cirque du Soleil and shit, so we got to go so much harder in Vegas. It's like, bitch, what? Yeah, imagine. Oh, they're both awesome. Jay's a crusher. No idea about Trouble shows. Guy is a crusher. Okay. I take your word for it. I honestly can't comment. I don't know either one of their comedy. I don't have to make any. It's an insane statement to go, Vegas comics are beasts because they got to compete with all the entertainment. It's like, are you Yeah, Casper's got to compete with Cirque du Soleil, Beatles. Trey's Mallet every fucking night has to go up against Carrot Top. Battle for battle tickets. It's like, what are we going to see tonight, guys? You can go to LA Comedy Club and see Kabir sing. Or head right down the road to the Aces of Comedy. It's on the same level. You have to completely compete. Somebody said these people, somebody said no one outside of Vegas knows who these people are. These people are unknown to the world, known amongst themselves and famous in their own mind. 100%. I'm sorry, but this bitch thinking she has to compete with all the comedy in Vegas is fucking nuts. You're not competing with any of them. You do free bar shows. You do shows that cost $15 down at a vegan restaurant. You're not, Penn and Teller aren't worried about it. We got to compete with everything. AK should honestly be further along comedy, but does radio and a ton of charity work. She's an extremely genuine and good person. She's been very nice to me. I've met her before. We did some shows. I did shows with her at Oyo back the Hilarious 7. That's great. You're not to think you're competing with all the entertainment in Vegas. That's all I'm saying. That's a delusional statement that people puff themselves up in their head. It's so insane to say that.
when it comes to entertainment. So with that being said, let's have some competition tonight and compete with them for their laughs.
Here's to everybody. OFTV. We're going to have a great time tonight. Make some people laugh.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're in this empty bar. We're competing with Cirque du Soleil. We're competing with Michael Jackson tribute shows. We got the Elvis thing going on. People could have gone on the high roller out here to the Mint tonight.
Chug it. It's just a Sprite. Okay. Calm down, boo. Yeah.
This is 22 minutes long and 4 comics, and I guarantee they're all calling it their special.
You gotta ask people when you first date them very important things, especially about finances. Like, when do you pay the electric bill? Me personally, I pay mine when the pink copy comes. Y'all giggling, but you prepaying for your shit. I don't know how many days I got left. My savings account was...
It is 22 minutes. So, first of all, I think network TV is 21 now. Leah said this is TV. Where? First of all, everyone, stop thinking that's something that is a flex. No one watches TV anymore. Second of all, what? What do you mean? What does that even mean when you go, this is TV? What?
Coinstar. Listen, y'all can judge if you want. That's how I operated. That's how I got mine. Ashtray change wasn't nothing to play with. But my biggest issue about the Coinstar is where they put it in the store. I don't claim to be a celebrity, but a lot of people know me. And they don't expect...
She just goes, so to you, TV means heavily edited and staged. No, the reason 4 of them have to do 22 minutes is because it's TV. Oh, what channel is this on? They had to repeat jokes and moments. Yeah, almost every special does that. That isn't my point. What do you mean when you said it's TV? Is it because it's called OnlyFans TV? Did they run out of tape? It was produced as a TV show, not a comedy special. Then why are 4 people running around saying this is my comedy special? Do you see what I'm saying?
Expect you to be at the Coinstar. Adored. That's how you get kidnapped. No, it's not worth my life for a McDouble. But my sunroof still worked. I pull up to the window like it's normal.
There are like stickers on the TV. What's going on?
Get a number 1. Goes for what I'm...
Masturbate, you go blind. That's bullshit. You get arthritis.
I've never seen Edwin, so I don't know. Let's see.
They didn't have much work to do. It was on a hill. Emergency brake, roll it out.
Oh, this is like that Comedy Central show where they animate stand-up bits, but they only could afford like 30 seconds of animation for each comic.
You've been doing this forever.
Man, I've been doing it 26 years now. You know, my girlfriend got pregnant. We ended up getting married, and I had to move out my mama's house. So
in that order?
Yeah, it just happened that way. It was there, and then I was here. So, you know, it's been...
Can't wait till Adam talks about himself.
I'm all betting on the WNBA. Hey. I'm betting on Korean baseball like 2 in the morning. Fucking betting on curling. Who the fuck bets on curling? Last month, I passed my driver's test behind the wheel. It's a major accomplishment for an Asian to pass a driving test. I mean, it only took me 53 years, but I have arthritis in my hands. See my fingers? That's as far as they go straight. People think I'm joking, but it's for reals. Look.
Who did the sound on this? William Strange?
They say if you masturbate, you go blind. That's bullshit. You get arthritis. You can actually tell which hand I jack off with more. I can't even get mad at people. Like, what? Fuck you.
shit-faced, and then I talk about...
Witness protection.
Everybody gets 4 minutes.
You are a federal agent undercover.
That's just the hairstyle.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with the hair. It's because every time someone asks where you're from, you say the entire state of Texas, and it sounds like some Fed type.
You know, I think it's
witness protection. That's what you
Yeah, and now we're all outing me. And by the way, if you're catching me right now, subscribe to my OnlyFans. I'll update my location wherever I'm at.
Adam,
the reason why I love stand-up comedy so much is because to us, we have to come up with whatever we think is funny, and hopefully you guys laugh at that shit, right? We have to start from nothing. I can't throw bars. I can't. I come up here, I get shit-faced, and then I talk about it the next day, and then people pay me, right? It's a strange life. And normally, this would be terrifying. But to me, that fear went away a long time ago. My 3rd year into stand-up comedy, I got stabbed on stage. Yeah, I still have the scar on my arm.
But it's like he has this joke coming out on a Laugh After Dark set that was filmed 3 months ago. This is coming out. He had he has a Laugh After Dark set on a show. I'm talking about from the festival. He has this story filmed that'll come out on a clip. So I think he has like 2 sets of 2 filmed things that have the same jokes. And again, if you weren't so cavalier about it, a little more planning would go into this, and you could. There's no way I would do the same jokes for a thing being filmed as a thing. Also, like that was three or 4 months ago, and then this was filmed 3 or 4 months ago. So like. You knew you were doubling down on 2 things on 2 projects. This makes Diaz's special seem like delirious because of all the homophobia. This guy has to stop describing his job and start telling jokes. Edwin hasn't written new jokes for years. He's got the best gig in the world at Las Vegas Live, just cashing the same check for 7 years. Wow. You sound like the guy who emailed me all the dirt.
I went this way because I was invited to perform at a funeral.
That was a weird cut.
We had this Wednesday night show.
I think he said Mexican funeral and they cut it. So this is OnlyFans like heavily. Or I think it's like Cholo funeral or something like that, he says. And they cut it. Why? Like, God, I hate. No. Don't. This is for TV. Oh, so a bunch of unfunny people got a hold of it and mangled it. Got it.
El Paso, Texas, right? It was the first night I'm actually closing out the show. I walk in there and I see a bunch of bikers all over.
Why is it so tinny? Like, it sounds like the audio wasn't done or something.
Over the place, right? So many teardrop tattoos in this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the point, Jay. Like, how is it so PC?
Hey,
that's nuts.
Do the show. It seems like they're mourning something. And the owner was like, no, now's the time they need laughter. And I needed $30, so we still did the show. Thing is like I mentioned before, I am a drunk, so I got shit-faced. I got obliterated. I was taking shots to the back of my head like I was a Kennedy. I was just throwing them.
Oh, he did that joke the other night. Also, like, this wasn't for TV. Everybody's cussing. I love it when they cut it for 22 minutes long and they're like, no, it's for TV. It's like, okay, OnlyFans, where's this going on TV? It's like, when people say TV, people think that's like big. Jill Kimmel posted like, congrats to the Jimmy Kimmel Show, 20 minutes of amazing. It's like 20 years of amazing work. It's like 20 years, like 11 years of amazing work. It's like Greg Gutfeld is not a comedian and has the viewership of Fallon and Kimmel combined. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Like, you ever watch that Gutfeld show? It's not even funny, and they're beating everyone. What does that tell you? That, like, this guy beats Kimmel, this guy beats Fallon, this guy beats Colbert. He beats Fallon and Kimmel combined, and it's on cable. That was a little weird burp.
Did I just break the news to a few of you guys? It's just like a moment where they're like, no, he's still alive. He's with Tupac. I get up on stage and I'm all like, hi, my name is Adam Dominguez, and predictably the dude in the back was all like, play all these for Flacco! And me, drunk and confident, I was like, he's dead now. All songs are oldies. Which is not what you're supposed to. This dude gets mad, starts
The way I heard this is like they're yelling, play oldies for Flacco, and he goes, he's dead. They're all oldies. That's the joke. So that didn't even, they're not even like landing how I've heard him tell this before. So either they edited it weird, or I don't know why he's saying play songs for Flacco. The way you told it when it killed at Laugh After Dark Fest was play oldies for Flacco. Play oldies for Flacco. Adam Dominguez is another 5 years max left of fun college guy before it becomes middle-aged dad vibe planned for the switch. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Like I said, if you look, you know, I traveled the world in my 30s performing everywhere and drinking and fucking and doing all the things. It's fine. That's where he's at. I don't know. This is how they edited it weird or something, but he also said songs instead of oldies. Why did they choose to cut the animation for that 15-second? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. If I paid for that show, I'd complain to the management until they refunded me twice what I paid. Bro, you're losing the forest for the tree. Stop listening to the audio quality and listen to the crap coming out of his mouth. It's a good. I've heard the full joke. This is hatcheted. I'll stick up for Adam on this. I've heard this joke before. What I won't stick up for, again, is I don't know about the other four because I didn't know who was on this. I thought Adam Dominguez had a special on OnlyFans. If you go to all of Adam Dominguez's social media and look at the. By the way, you posted a thing the other day. This is what I'm saying. When everything's fucking a 10, how do you even know when you're starting to suck or slip or not do as well or achieve something really amazing? You linking to this everywhere and calling it a special is. You can. Is it? By any stretch of the word? Who are you, Diaz Mackey? Say, hey, I filmed a cool thing for OnlyFans. Hey, I just shot an animated comedy sketch for OnlyFans. Check it out here. That's it. With some of my friends, even. Check us all out. We're very funny here. No, Adam Dominguez, check out my OnlyFans special. Just dropped. He announced that the other night, too. It's like, man, what if you ever get a special? Like, you're not going to know what to do with yourself when they give you over 4 minutes, when they give you over 11 minutes. You're going to jizz in your little jeans. And by the way, by that point, you've already told us you had 4 other specials, and they were all 7 minutes long. So don't be surprised when less people click on that one than your previous 4. Because you've done this to them. You've lied so much. Congrats to him for this. Go check it out. Go watch it. Subscribe to his OnlyFans. He's a talented guy. But he's mixed up in the same delusion tornado that everyone else in this town is mixed up in. And the only difference is, like, he could escape this. You never go full special. Look, I don't have a special. I've had 7 people come to me and want to film dumb shit. And I say no. The same way I tell Lex Las Vegas I don't want to do the spotlight. Now I would do it just for a giggle. The same way it's not any less cool. But use me as an example. Like, I know I'm a stupid idiot. I literally hadn't seen this. I didn't know anything about it. I had seen Adam's profile where he said, check out my new special. The other night, the Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, I just had a new OnlyFans special drop. I'm the first comic to do an OnlyFans special. Check it out. And he posted a thing on Facebook, it gave me flashbacks to Tricks, where he was like, it's all happening. What's all happening? What's all happening? What's all happening? Tonight you'll be at Jimmy Kimmel's with 4 other people bombing? What's happening? Shit's about to get crazy. Is it? Everything's crazy. Everything's wild. Everything's a 10. I don't know anymore what you're excited about, much less if I should get excited about it. I clicked on this thinking it was an Adam Dominguez special. It's 4 people getting 4 minutes each or less. And I'm a little let down. And by the way, I'm not let down because you're bad or it's bad or anything. It's awesome. That's my point. This is great. This was such a good opportunity and such a cool thing. And yet I'm left with a letdown taste in my mouth. Why? I was told it was something different. Just tell me what it is. Honey, this isn't your OnlyFans special. Like, I don't... It's awesome. It's great. And none of the other big... By the way, no headliner I know in town got offered anything like this. It's awesome. But you said it was something else. And I would imagine when people click... Like, again, comics are like bitter motherfuckers. You think like all your comic friends click on this are going, bitch, this is 4 minutes. I'm not saying it like that. I think it's great. I really do think it's cool. Like, it's a really awesome thing. You just oversold it and underdelivered. You have this problem of doing that. Come out tonight, it's going to be wild. By wild, do you mean wildly disappointing? And it might be fun, and I understand you make all your friends feel good when you tell them they do awesome and that you're killing it and everything is special and everything, like... But at some point, your word means nothing anymore. It means nothing. Hey, did you hear what happened with Adam Dominguez? Did he shoot another special and kill it? I'm not clicking. What if he put in his profile and in his link everywhere, me and some friends from Vegas just shot this OnlyFans thing. It's the first time they've ever done it. It's really cool. They animated some of our bits. Go check it out. No. Special. I'm the first one to do a special. I just shot my special. Now it's disappointing. If only that man didn't urinate in the Gatorade bottle and throw it at your taping, we'd have a special from you. Yeah. Plus the dog. No way that happened. Oof. I wish I could, I'm going to film a special at the Sand Dollar. Come get Kitty to feature fucking. Oh, God. Adam's a great guy, and just know that, like, I've seen Adam a lot, and I've seen Kool-Aid a lot, and I've seen Waldeck a lot. I've seen Casper and Kitty, and I've seen Kitty 3 times live now. So, like, when I use people as examples, I don't necessarily mean to rail on them so much. I'm really not trying to do that. And I'm trying to tell you guys what was so good about last night. Again, Adam wasn't bad at all. There was a weird thing at the end of his thing, and he covered everybody else's odd bombs. And in his credit, he was trying to get that black guy off stage because he just kept doing crowd work that was going nowhere. He was trying to get Will off stage. I have no reason to be disappointed seeing this. I clicked on it and I was like, oh, this is going to be Adam's special. And then like, am I crazy? Oh, he edited it. You edited it, Adam. It says featured on OnlyFans TV and Laugh After Dark. You changed this. Oh, no fucking way. Oh, good. And then like he did change it. So like Ian Rainier posted, Adam Dominguez is doing late night at Jimmy Kimmel's tomorrow. 3 exclamation points. I know, Adam. This will be the craziest comedy night. Craziest comedy circus. What does that even fucking mean? That's not what people want either, by the way. And I love stand-up comedy. I just feel like it wasn't a crazy enough circus, you know? By the way, it's funny because I run a show it's running in 4 countries right now where it's constantly branded as like a raunchy, risque, wild night of unpredictable. But like that is the show. It's not stand-up. So this Gibbs sad guy just posted too, like, just got booked for 2 more shows this Sunday at LA Comedy Club. It's like, that will never happen at the A clubs in town. Oh, you were standing around and we didn't have anybody for Sunday on Friday. You want to do it? Tell me you don't give a fuck about your club without telling me. Those motherfuckers are just throwing people up. Just wheelbarrows of Waldex. I just love picking on Waldeck. In case you haven't seen it yet, thank you for the OnlyFans love. Oh, here he goes. Our episode of Laugh My Ass OnlyFans Off airs on the OnlyFans TV app this Friday. I can't find it. Maybe I'm wrong. If you didn't have that up telling everybody it was your OnlyFans special, then I eat shit. I'm wrong. Because I can't find it now. It's all stripped. But I'm pretty sure it was check out my OnlyFans special. Now it's like, I'm happy to be with some other people. No, the other one you did post before I mentioned it. It's good to know that he's not fucking insane. I'm happy. I'm happy to know that Adam's a little bit dialed in and knows that that's not a special. Was the fat black guy on stage Leslie Jones? Wow. Yeah, I think we've said enough tonight. This has been 3.5 hours of me just bitching. But it has ruined my taste for comedy. Like, it's so disgusting that everyone's just fine serving up bowls of brown mediocre goo and it's all the same to everybody. Yeah, we're all headliners. It's like, you're all fucking shit. 98% of you are absolute shit. Don't get it twisted. LA Comedy Club just throws up random comics for guest spots who happen to be hanging out, and sometimes they're and somehow they're always destroying the crowd. 100%. By the way, not just for guest spots. They'll build a show out of guest spots. They'll have like a headliner and no one else is around, and they'll put up 6 open micers, not pay them. Be honest, how much you getting paid from these clubs? I know what they pay headliners. I've also known what they've played headliners for 15 years, and it ain't going up. It's so shit. But I'd love to know how the money broke down for that fucking show last night at Jimmy Kimmel's. Respect the club. Respect the craft. Give a fuck about what you're doing. Don't just drink some drinks and get up on stage and talk about it. It doesn't work so far. And by the way, that might be a persona. Maybe he doesn't do that. You know, he does all those morning coffees at noons and stuff. Maybe he sits down with a notebook every day and writes. I don't know. Adam's prolific. So, like, I'm not saying he doesn't come out with material and write new stuff. And that's why it's so frustrating when it's like you have 2 filmed things coming out with the same joke. And maybe you don't think about it. Whatever. I don't know. He's great. He's great. You can make up more jokes. So make up more jokes. And by the way, this isn't me saying I want to be on your next late night. Again, if I ran that club, you wouldn't be producing another show with me for a while. I don't hand over the reins to my comedy club for that shit. Like, that's insane. And by the way, when I say mine, I mean just any club I came up in. Any real comedy club would not allow that shenanigans. If Jeremy Kimmel saw that last night. Is that his name? For the record, I like LA Comedy Club. They have been nothing but good to me. I'm telling you, like, they went through some financial trouble where they got really behind on money. It took them weeks and weeks and months to pay me. Several times. They never ran and hide. They kept in touch. I don't think any of it's bad. I think there's a couple of problems. Joaquin doesn't really deal with the talent. At least didn't when I was involved. He's the business guy. He's the overhead guy. Matt runs everything. And Matt doesn't like confrontation. Matt's admitted this to me. Matt doesn't like to tell anybody no. Matt doesn't like to shoot people down. He'll just not book you. He'll ignore your calls. He'll ignore your emails. Then when you show up, because he's such a nice guy, he feels guilty. He'll throw you up. And hopefully that'll appease you. You go up and perform for us for free, and then we won't have to book you for a while. Is that okay? And all you guys are such desperate, under-attended dummies that you keep going up and performing in his comedy club for free. Why would he ever hire you? When I'm in a club, you ask me if I want to fucking go up. I don't. A, I don't do that anymore. It's gross. B, if I'm going to perform for you, you're going to fucking cut a check. Because I'm going to try. I'm not going to come in there and just wing it. And I'm surely not going to celebratory drink afterwards and post how great the show was. If that were the case, you'd see me hanging out and hyping up doing a guestie for some guy whose career flamed out in 2008. No, somebody mentioned Garrity earlier. They got some great guys down there. I'm just saying, like, you never know. And the calendar repeats so regularly. It's like nobody wants to watch Quinn Dale 4 times a year. Like, no offense to Quinn. Where's the demand for Quinn Dale that you have to have him roll through all the time? Are you okay? Nah, it's great. Keep doing it. Pat him out with a bunch of other guitar comics and shit. It'll be great. Maybe Ian Raniere can send some sock puppet comments over. I hear Summer Sinclair's ready to headline. Fuck off. Everyone thinks they're ready to headline. Everyone thinks they're a headliner. They don't understand why. Yeah, you're hurting your own too. Like, I know so many of these comics, like, who are just losing their ass. They're losing their house. They're losing their livelihood, their children. They're going through a divorce where they're playing comic for $25 a doc. Like, these guys will drive to St. George, Utah and lose money on gas and shit just so they can say they are a touring comic. It's delusion. You don't care about getting good. You don't care about being a comic. You care about people thinking you're a comic. You care about people thinking you're good. It's easier for Lex Las Vegas to call me a loser with no friends and who needs views than to realize that the thing he's done 200 episodes of doesn't get any views. Now, I could sit here and go like, oh, you wrote a movie. Like, but I have access to data and information. So you can stand in the middle of a loud bar and tell us how the spotlight's turning people onto comics they would have never found. But I would ask you, how is it doing that? Number one, no one watches it on the Lex Las Vegas page. You don't keep up to date on the Spotlight page. You've made a Facebook page for the Spotlight with Lex Las Vegas. You don't post it on there. You don't keep up. So far behind month. The YouTube you haven't posted in a year a Spotlight on your YouTube. How are you exposing all the... If I was trying to expose new comics and stuff, I'd be posting it. No, you just film it on your phone because it's like a flex to say you were hanging out with Alex Ansel and he's your buddy. Okay. You're all LARPing comedy. It's a friend club. You had to pull Trey's Mal over to let people know. Like, I feel like Trey's Mal doesn't get enough credit and people need to discover him. It's like he performs at Chonkla's once a week. No one's coming to visit Vegas and seeking out Trey's Mala unless they're looking for a Boulder Dam tour. No one rolls into town and goes, who's that guy we saw in the Spotlight? Trey's Mala? Yeah, we got to go check him out. TC Morgan, I hear he's fucking fire, dog. Who was that one guy we saw at Chonkla's? I don't know. I couldn't hear the video. He was fat and he was wearing an onion hat. Okay. Do you think it hurts me that 5 idiots get together in a bar and laugh about me? Patrick thinks the Spotlight is dumb. What an idiot. Okay. I don't care. I'm dead inside. You can't hurt me. I don't need clout. I don't need views. I don't need likes. None of it's for that. I want to be funny. I want to get better, and I want to do better than I did yesterday. Y'all can get a spoon and eat my ass. I don't give a shit. Is this the same show I fell asleep to 3 hours? You're goddamn right it is. Can someone tell TC Morgan any Monday night of the week that they don't have something that makes money on, you can go watch them. They cancel that TC Morgan roast if there's anybody who wants to come to town and do a real show. But if nothing's going on, like a dad who lets his kid hand him a wrench every now and then, they'll let TC Morgan and Angie Crum run the roast community. Ladies and gentlemen, it's TC Morgan and Angie Crum, two comics who have never done anything. And they're here for you guys to tell you who's funny and who's not, because they're the roast judges. And don't worry, they're going to get up and put on a little clinic before the show. You're going to hear some Area 52 jokes, and you won't believe Area 52. That's not a big enough hanger for Crum's vagina. You're going to hear a lot of real hooters out there. And boy, when they're done, they'll sit down and judge you and your zingers as Casper goes at it with multitudes of nobodies you've never heard of. And then those idiots will go on Facebook and tell other comics they're not real comics because they're never out at the old Thai food bar at 2 a.m. Ocha Thai open mic, the Ghost Pepper mic is doing so well, they've stopped giving out cash prizes, and now you win a free dinner if you're the best comic of the night. Imagine finishing up that open mic around 2:30 a.m. and winning Thai food. I hope your car has a built-in toilet. Well, here it is at 2:30 a.m. Time to enjoy my spoils. Anybody got some Pad CU? Woo, pass it over. Nothing gets me hungrier at 3 a.m. than Thai food and winning a comedy contest against a bunch of idiots who can't play a keyboard. I'm Patrick Melton. You've been great.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know if the comedy has any.
What if I come back? What if that's not a real ending? You guys thought it was, though. We lost 3 of you. Fucking idiots. I'm here until this bottle of bourbon is gone. So call in. We're taking your calls. We're having a seat. I'm kidding. I got to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Join the Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. It's a real club where I make real money and don't just pretend to have a special. I'll never have a special. There's nothing special about this. You dig? Like, imagine. What else? Anything else? No? Crumb has some real nice jokes. This is what people have left? Okay. Go to bed and have 3 hours of sleep like I did. Great plan then. Bye.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.
A question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss. Are you high on cigarettes? I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. All the laughter that you dig, boy, if you listen to the show, boy, Patrick Melton faces have you stacking that low point. It's the low point, not the reason. The reason is fucking gold. Gonna make the taco pony party be a party of soul. To make you vandalize a van with a pedal sticker so bold the family probably get arrested before they get down the